The views and opinions expressed by the On the Spot with David Rodgers show are solely based on the show hosts, guests, and viewers. We are solely responsible for all show content in its entirety and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of any of our sponsors in any way. These broadcasts are presented and made public by On the Spot with David Rodgers' team in the hope that it will be entertaining and informative to our viewers and listening audience. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into On the Spot with David Rodgers. Our special guest tonight is our very own Bradford County Sheriff Gordon Smith. We're going to be right back with you for a great show. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to On the Spot with David Rodgers. This is your show. You steer and run this big old vessel right here, baby. Hey, we got the Sheriff Gordon Smith in with us tonight. And I'll tell you what, Sheriff, we're missing Mr. Byron Bagwell.
We are.
And we're missing Mr. Mitchell Gunner. Let me tell you where those two guys are at. Mr. Mitchell Gunner, of course, is racing tonight over at the Gainesville Raceway. And our very own Byron Bagwell's got a little sinus infection tonight, so he's a little bit under the weather. But I got you to fill in, big guy.
And we'll manage.
And we'll manage.
We're not, I'm not as good, maybe not as entertaining, but we'll give it a heck of a shot tonight. And let the folks out there, I'm telling you, I'm going to try my best to fill their shoes tonight.
I tell you what, that's contrary to popular belief. I know that a lot of people love you, so this ought to be a great show. We do have Austin with us in the house tonight, so we're getting ready. Tonight's show is sponsored by Southern Gem Photo Booth and Start. Not only do we bring fun to your event, we make it picture perfect. And by our newest sponsor, Designs by Pros, decals and graphics custom made. Visit Design by Pros on Facebook. This is your show coming to you on Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday and Saturday night. You control and run this show. We are just the rudder that steers this big old vessel. We bring it to you first for education, discussion, and debate of local news, politics, and sports, as well as the latest on the COVID-19 situation and what's going on in our world today. We have you covered from Middleburg to Melrose to McIntosh, from Lake City to Lake Butler to Lake Como, from Waldo to Williston, from Lottie to Lulu. By the way, where I seen Austin Stevens' cousins the other day on the way home. And all our points in between, including Gainesville, Palatka, Ocala, and of course, right here in beautiful Stark, Florida. Now, here is your On the Spot team, making it happen every single week. First, putting it all together behind the scenes, our executive producer, Super Dave Holland. Say hello, David.
Hello, David.
How about that? And keeping the flow to the show is our director, Michael the Dragon Slayer Heater, fighting fires Gordon, and working dispatch. How about that?
I'm telling you, it's been a busy day for our firefighters out there.
Yeah, rounding up cows too. We'll talk about that here in a minute.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and rounding out the team is Austin Storm Chaser Stevens and John Better Than Snopes Probst. Austin is in house with us. John is in Tampa, Florida, doing his thing and getting us some great information. And our great media partners, WEAG, Eagle Country 106.3 FM, Chuck, Mary Kramer and Lynn Velez, and the Bradford County Telegraph, the Tillmans, the Smellies of the world. Man, they're great, aren't they?
Smelly's got to do something else. There's not been much sports lately. I know he's antsy because he's a sports guy.
Yes, he is. But he was antsy last night. Did you see him taking all those photos?
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's ready for some sports. I think he likes to get down to that newsroom, and he likes to
Yeah, he does. And now our co-host, to my right and your left, with local news and breaking information. Not with us here tonight, but racing. And hopefully we'll get an update. Mitchell, the local voice on current events, Gunter. And to my left, and your right, he is our Bradford County Sheriff. He is the man with the plan. He knows it all.
What? What?
Let me retract that. He knows most of it all.
That's right.
There you go. He is our very own Bradford County Sheriff. Sheriff Gordon Smith, say hello to everybody.
Hello out there, Bradford County and the local surrounding areas that are watching, tuning in. We're here to bring you some excitement. Like I say, I'm not as handsome or as intelligent as the other two that went out, Bagwell or Mitchell Gunner, but hey, I'm here. My mama loved me. That's all that matters. She said I had a face for radio. I didn't know I'd be on television. So.
Good grief. I'm your host, David Rodgers, voice of the Bradford High Tornadoes. And what, David?
The show
Pony. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming to you live from the On the Spot studios right here along beautiful historic Call Street in beautiful downtown Stark, Florida. Only 1,200 miles. No, that's actually a lie. 842 miles from Dirty Spoon, Mississippi.
Dirty Spoon.
There is such of a place, Dirty Spoon, Mississippi.
I guess it'd be a good place.
All right. Well, I'm glad you agree.
That would be a good location to be from.
There you go. Dirty Spoon, Mississippi. So let's get started, as we always do, with our prayer, our pledge, and our patriotic wisdom from the freedom fighter, which is not here tonight, fighting a little sinus infection, but I've got one. So, as saying that, you know what, Dave?
Yes, sir.
Before we get started, I had some stuff scripted. Guess what, David? Look. We're going off the cuff tonight.
Whoa!
How about that? All them notes, forget it. We're going off the cuff tonight, Sheriff.
Let's just go from the heart, baby.
We're going, off the cuff from the heart.
Let's be real. That's what people want to see. They want to see real. Let's just talk from the heart.
That's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to ask you to lead us in our prayer tonight, if you don't mind, please, sir.
As you can see, I've been out. It's been a wild day. A lot of stuff going on. Dear Heavenly Father, we come for you this evening. We ask for your grace. We ask for your mercy. We ask you to grip us tight in your hands as only you can do. Remember those that have your need. Remember those that need you. Keep our community, our family, our friends wrapped tightly with the love that you have. Thank you for allowing us to live in the greatest country in the world.
Amen.
Thank you for the men and women here at home and abroad that keep us safe each and every day.
Amen.
And all God's children said, amen.
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 All right, we're going to stand up here and we're going to do the pledge. And I'm going to ask Mr. Austin Stevens if he will lead us in the pledge tonight.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to On the Spot with David Rodgers. Had some notes. We're going off the cuff tonight. As Sheriff Gordon Smith said, we're going from the heart tonight, baby. In the studio tonight, we've got our very own producer, Mr. Dave Holland. We've got our weatherman, Mr. Austin Stevens, with the great weather report. We've also got our very own sheriff filling in for Mr. Bagwell and Mr. Gunner. Dave, how about that? He's filling in for two guys. What do you think about that?
Oh, man, that's great.
Isn't that great? I tell you what, man, I'm just glad we got him here. I've got a quote of the day, Sheriff. Well, tell me what you think here. Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success has no meaning. You know who said that?
Sound like my mom.
Close. Close.
I have no idea.
Mr. Benjamin Franklin. How about that?
Man,
one of our family very smart man.
One of the laziest men in the world.
Yeah, he was.
One of the top inventors. He always did something to make things easier.
Yes, he did.
No, I read the book when he was in grade school called The Laziest Man in the World.
Yep.
Benjamin Franklin.
And you know what? Him and Thomas Edison, I think, were competing to see who can get in patents.
We got it. They were.
Yeah, they were.
Go back and look.
Go back and look, and they were. Hey, how about some nicknames we go by, Sheriff? You'll love some of these. I want to get your take on some of these, Dave. How about the Dancing Destroyers? All right, next, the Kings of Information. That's not bad. How about the Counts of Economic Prosperity? That's not bad. How about the Princes of Law and Order? Not too bad.
Not too bad.
How about the Masters of Protecting the Nation and People? Like that one?
I like that.
How about the Sultans of Terrorism?
Sultans of Terrorism?
Sultans on Terrorism.
I don't know.
Sheriff looked at me like, what? How about this one? The new freedom fighters.
I like that.
I like that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
How about the new Sons of Liberty?
I like the Sons of
Okay.
Liberty.
All right. How about the Defenders of the Republic?
I like Defenders of the Republic.
All right. How about the Show Pony Express?
I like Show Pony Express.
All right. Show Pony Express. You'll really like this one. How about from Neil Bortz? Had to take one. The new high priest of the Church of the Painful Truth.
I like it.
You like that?
I like anything got to do with the truth. You know, like it's like I tell people, I'm unapologetically conservative. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. And some of my very dear friends are probably the other end of the spectrum.
Right.
Just because we don't agree with things, don't necessarily mean we're not friends.
That's right.
My wife don't agree with me on most things. We still
No.
live in the same bed every night. You know. So I mean, in all reality,
Hang on, Dave. Let me write this down. Let me write this on Gordon's pad here. That's TMI there. Is she on tonight, by the way? I don't know.
She's with some family out of Dallas. They're in. They're
Okay.
probably all watching. We'll find it in a little bit. They'll be tuning in.
Okay.
Birthday party going on with the grandson that I left. It's been a long
Good.
day, but busy with graduation parties going on all
Right.
across the county.
Right.
Plus, our county firemen have been busy all afternoon with a fire that's affected another local family. That's 2 families this week's totally been devastated and destroyed. So keep them families in your prayers. And we'll be doing fundraisers. We've got to do something to help these local communities
Absolutely.
that need us. You know, and just stepping up. But, you know, we got a great community that's really had neighbors and friends stepping up to try to help these people. And so just keep those families that have lost everything in the last couple of
I want to talk in our local report, too. You was at the graduation last night, and I thought that went over
It
fantastically.
did when the weather finally
When
gave
the
us,
weather finally
God finally gave us an opening, and
Yeah.
it went really turned out nice. It wasn't too hot and sweaty.
No.
It didn't have
No.
that muggy feel.
No.
It kind of cleared out enough.
Yeah.
I was a little
worried?
Yes.
Yeah. That we was going to have to do it this morning?
Morning, I thought we were going to get up early and have to do it, but you know,
Yeah.
the kids didn't want to do that. I
No,
was
they
there
didn't.
when the kids were asked, "Do you want us to postpone, go to tomorrow?" They wouldn't be allowed to have 2 people there, 2 guests.
Right,
because of the
yes,
situation. And you know, but they were ready. They were hyped up and they were dry.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they
were all
were.
inside. But, you know, I can tell you this: the graduating class of 2020, your family loves you because they endured the long wait, the lightning strikes, the rain. But you know, they stayed. They persisted, and you know, our kids got to graduate. A lot of schools didn't get to do that.
No, they didn't. Did you see? Was you able to talk to some of the family and some of the family members last night? Did you get a chance to mingle a little bit?
I did.
Did you know there was some people, some family that came actually from California to watch this graduation?
Wow.
So I'm glad that they was
Wow,
God
yeah.
They
gave
come
us
in.
that opening. Yeah, sure did. Yeah, California. They're from up north. There were several people.
Yeah, it finally went off, what, about 9:30?
About 9:10, wasn't it, Gordon? 9:15.
9:20 we started marching.
Okay, 9:20.
Yeah.
Okay, that's I was trying to look at my watch.
Kept them in 9:20. We shot them out. They started to come up, and I'm going to tell you, the benefit was if this had been a couple of years ago with that wet field,
Right.
we'd been in trouble. We'd been ankle deep.
Oh,
Yes,
But
yes.
with the new field, it drained so well. You really, once you got to the field area, there wasn't any water, so that really made it nice.
When
Yes,
was
it
it
was.
scheduled to start?
8:00.
8:00.
8:00.
Okay.
An hour and 20 minutes. Then we had some rain, then
Yeah.
some lightning. then some
Everybody
more
started
rain.
coming in about
Well, they were there.
7.
They were already there. You
Yeah,
can ask
families
the sheriff.
started coming about
Yeah,
7. I mean,
7,
as
yeah.
usual, you got to come get a seat.
Yeah,
It was raining back right
Yeah, they
right
were.
about then.
yeah.
It was.
It was. So
Wow.
we'll get into that here in just a couple of minutes. But right now, I want to bring in our weather guru. Come on in here, Mr. Austin Stevens.
Give us an update on
Yeah,
the
give
weather.
us an update on the weather right here. Sheriff's going to slide over a little bit.
Come on.
He's going to let you sit in here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to Mr. Austin Stevens right here with our great weather report. Besides that, I want you to tell them where they can find your great weather
You can
report
find
too.
Austin's Weathers on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Austin's Weathers. I want to talk about last night's lightning and thunder and stuff.
Yes.
We could have got a report. You could have called me.
Well, I was hoping that, yeah.
I was watching.
Was it? Well, you should have hit me on my phone, but that's
I was
okay.
going to. I mean, you could have called me. You have my personal. You actually have the.
See where this is going, Donald? Yeah, you see where this is going off the rails already. You see this, right?
Unscripted.
Yeah,
This show
yeah,
is-
unscripted,
this
right?
show is
Yeah,
unscripted.
that's right.
This show is unscripted. Sorry, Mr. Heater, if you're watching.
Yeah, you're good. Mr. Heater don't care. He knows we're going off the cuff.
Oh, he knows?
Yeah, he knows.
Because I saw him going down Highway 301 fighting a fire.
Yes, he was. Exactly right.
He was
So,
going. And speaking of fires and stuff, I was looking at the forecast back there while Gordon and David were over here talking.
yes, sir.
We're going to see mid-90s for the next several days, all the way through Tuesday with heat index readings as high as 105 through North Florida. My main concern is your afternoon 50-50 shot of thunderstorms, which will cause, if lightning, the way it's been intense down in southern St. Johns County. I was watching the storms earlier today. If we have dry thunderstorms, which has a small base but has an amber cloud that can have lightning strike up to 15 miles from the thunderstorm, we could have a possibility of some wildfires starting. I don't want to say it. Knock on wood.
Sheriff don't want you to say that either.
Yeah, but say
Sheriff said
easy on us there. Easy.
But
Got myself something different.
But as of right now, I got good news about the tropics.
Okay.
We are not anticipating it. There's a 10% chance that something could develop off the several hundred miles off the coast of the southeast region of the United States from Charleston, South Carolina, up to New York City, New York. Over the next 5 days, according to the National Hurricane Center, which Austin Western does have their own Hurricane Center group, and it is partnered with Gordon Smith and Clay County Emergency Management. So we're getting connections with other counties. And forecast-wise, mid-90s for the next several days, and lows around 70 at night with 50-50 shots of thunderstorms. If you hear thunder, go indoors. I mean, I've seen people where they think they're out in the clear, it's sunny, and almost got hit by lightning yesterday.
Almost. We don't need that.
Yeah, if you hear thunder, I mean the slight amount of thunder, there's apps out there on Facebook that will notify you if there's lightning within 15 miles of your location. I encourage everyone to go to their Android App Store or their Apple App Store and download Florida Storms. It'll alert you saying that there's lightning within 15 miles of your location. Or you can message Austin Westers and one of us, either me, Peter, or other volunteers, including a storm spotter from the National Westers down in Marion County, will get back to you on that. Zip codes work perfect. So, or, you can email Austin Westers at austinwesters@gmail.com or 904-203-8946, and you'll get a hold of me.
All right, man. That was a great weather report. Can you come back at the end of the show and give us a final weather deal for into Sunday and Monday a little bit?
Yeah, you can have me on at any time. I don't care.
All right. How about that? We'll bring you back in at the end of the show. Thank you, Austin, for that great weather report. That is Austin Stevens, Austin's Weather Service. You can catch him on Austin's Weather Service at, what is it, Austin?
www.facebook.com/Austin's Weathers, all one.
www.facebook/
No, //
And then what's the rest of it?
Austin's Weathers.
Austin's Weather Service. There you go. One word. All one word. So, all right, Sheriff. Glad that we can tune in. But before we get to everybody's comments and everybody that's on, we're going to go ahead and dive into our sponsor spotlight. Before we delve into today's latest, we want to recognize our great sponsors, Sheriff, who have been working hard with limited staff and changing hours as everything's starting to open back up a little bit. Maybe those that staff and those hours are changing a little bit.
They are.
And we call this, Sheriff, our sponsor spotlight. Fun Point Food and Arcade, Southern Gem Photography, Megan Parmenter, Miracle Automotive and Recovery. That's Kirk and Kenny Miracle. You know those guys.
I've heard of them.
Have you?
I've heard of them.
Okay.
Great group of guys.
I think they've heard of you.
I'm sure.
All right. And Dependable Waste Services. You know Jamie Clemens?
I do Jamie well.
Jamie's a good man.
Also, he's still a part-time deputy with us here at the Sheriff's Office.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he goes out to serve. When he's not busy, he's always busy.
Yeah, always busy.
When you call him, you need him, he steps up. So.
Hey, how about you read those there, Sheriff?
Williams Jewelry on Call Street. We all know Williams Jewelry, one of the oldest jewelry shops anywhere, probably Northeast Florida.
Probably.
Family owned.
Yep.
Brittany Leanne Creations. Man, you want to look at some good stuff?
Yep.
Look it up. The Saban and Schuster Law Offices.
They're out of Jacksonville, Florida.
Out of Jacksonville, they are.
John Probst's mama works there, by the way.
Really?
She sure does. Yep, gave us a $500 check, too, for the Bedford County Food Pantry, which we
They want to see your haircut. That's more, by the way.
It's coming. It's coming.
And let me tell you, and the downtown group. It's Chrissy and Ricky. Chrissy, really, this lady gives so much to the community, cares what goes on. She really, Chrissy's not just a business owner, but she's kind of like a community advocate.
Right.
That really goes out. Doesn't matter what it is, but somebody in need. Something to better the area, the downtown group business association down there. But not just there. She has a heart that's bigger than her business.
Yeah.
Yes, she does. Did you see her on the show last Tuesday night, by the way? You peered in.
Yeah.
She did a wonderful job, did she not?
She does. She is so sweet, but she's so knowledgeable of the events
Yeah.
that go on or what's going on.
Yeah.
She kind of has the ear.
Yes.
So she's able to listen and know what's going on. And she a lot of times reaches out before anything and say, hey, Sheriff, I need to do something. Or, hey, can I help? It's always, I don't know how she makes a living because she gives it away. Man, I'm telling you, she really steps up to the plate, and she's tireless.
Yes, she is.
And with the support of Ricky, and Ricky's the same way, and their family, it's a family business. But everybody that works for her becomes family.
Yes, they do.
Those become her children.
That's what she called them the other night, too, didn't she, Dave?
She does. I mean, if you ever watch her with them,
Yeah.
if there's an issue with them, she steps in. She's like a parent to a lot of us that we may not have around. She's somebody there. So to Chrissy and Ricky, and especially Chrissy, thank you for all you do for our community.
Hey, by the way, while we're on that subject, and we'll read these last four here in just a second, I hear that the Liars Club's been changed to the Knights of the Round Table. Is that true?
Well, there's some things in there. It's and it's funny.
That's what Chrissy was telling us.
I'm telling you, because it is. Chrissy's got wonderful food, but I'm gonna lie. Sometimes
I'm going to lie.
it's the entertainment value.
Yes, it is.
And people try to get there fast to make sure you got a seat. You want to make sure you get the seat to the round table.
Yeah.
It's no fun if you got to sit across from it.
That's right.
It's no fun if you got to sit.
You got to be right
else.
there, right?
You want to be in the action, man. You want to be in the. And it's funny because it's a very diverse group.
Yes, it is.
Everything from conservative to liberal to sports. Everybody got
Oh, everybody's got to have their dig in on that, don't they?
Everybody got to have their gig on that, and boy, we're missing it. So we're really, and politics really
Is dominating the conversations right now.
dominate the conversation right because that's really all we have. We're needing some sports.
Yeah, we do. We're in bad
Oh,
need.
yeah.
But here's the funny part about that. There again, it goes right back to those same people that sit at that table, our community leaders.
Yep.
And when there's a need in the community, they always step up. They help each other. It's been that way for a long time, and she's got a great location there.
Right.
It's center, the hub, and people come together. So to that, you don't want to go there for a quiet conversation. You might want to go somewhere else.
You got that right.
But if you want good food and you want good, socialization, you want good interaction with people, the grill's the place to be.
You got that right. And Henry Business of Stark, Mr. Dave Holland, that's his shop right there.
Yep.
Home of the $10 haircut now, right, David?
Yes, sir. We've had too many customers telling us we were too cheap.
Yeah.
So we take care of our customers and give them what they want.
Absolutely. A $2 increase
Yeah.
in the haircut. Hey, and they're paying it.
Yeah.
They're loving to pay it.
I haven't had
absolutely.
nobody complain.
Who would?
Who would? Man, I'm going to tell you what. Who can get their haircut for $10?
No doubt.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to get mine cut for $5,000, but we're going to be talking about that here in a minute. Boogie Nights DJ service. Boogie Nights DJ service. That's my DJ service, me and Shelly Rogers on that. Do you know, Gordon, somebody was asking me the other day, we don't have the fanciest equipment. We don't have the best equipment. But you know what we have? We have an entertainment value to us, Gordon. You've been to some of our events. And, Shelly is in the background. She does a wonderful job playing the music and keeping me on cue. And then I get out there and then you be the front man. Somebody's got to do it. So I was told by somebody said, hey, man, I need you to do our weddings because, and several people, because I'm the low man on the, I don't charge that much compared. Some lady said that she called a person out of Jacksonville and said he wasn't coming out of his house for less than $700. $700 just to come out of his house. And then we'll talk and negotiate price later. No, I'm going to give you a price right up front, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, and I'm going to interact with your wedding. You've been to some of the stuff I've done.
Several you've done.
Oh, yeah. And I have fun with, and that's what it's all about. And I want to give everybody, and that's exactly right.
That makes
It makes it better for everybody.
It's not just
Everybody
get in there just make money.
You got that right. Designed by Probst. John Probst doing this little thing down there, making some decals down there in Tampa. And I think you seen on the spot lawn maintenance today, didn't you? Cutting Amy John's yard.
Cut, man. Cutting Miss Amy's yard.
Yeah.
Y'all going at it. Y'all don't slow down, man. Y'all hit it and go.
Hit and go. As a matter of fact, when we left there, we had to go back to Lake Butler and do one in Lake Butler and then come back and go home. So we had 4 yards that Amy and Bart did. And we got them all done. The rain put us back quite a bit.
I bet.
Yeah, and even Amy's yard, Gordon, was a little wet today, but we managed to get it.
I know I'm right there, brother. We live in the same neighborhood.
Yes, you do. Yeah. Matter of fact, Amy lives right here, and Gordon lives like right here. It's like 2 or 3 houses down. So And then they was having a birthday party right across the street. So it was all a great time by everybody. So again, welcome into On the Spot with David Rodgers. My name is David Rodgers. I'm your host here each and every Tuesday and Saturday night. Filling in for Mitchell Gunner and Mr. Byron Bagwell is our very own sheriff, Mr. Gordon Smith. He's filling in. You just heard from Austin and Austin's weather service. And Mr. Michael Heater is in the control room keeping you guys safe tonight so you can sleep. Hey, when you got a 911 call, Mr. Heater and that crew is on it and getting ready. Speaking of that, had to call you for about a cow today. Because I was coming down from 16, didn't I?
You did.
Me and Bart looked up.
That, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. He said, what'd you say? It's down there by the city limit sign, isn't it? You must have that call before.
You just some things you just know when you get those calls enough. I'm just always worried about somebody hitting one of the cows. I can remember being a young kid with my mom in the car and my brothers and hitting a cow on Griffiths Loop years ago. It's tragic, but one is the injuries, that kind of stuff, but also the man's animals and it's a living. It's a way of living, and we don't want to cost the man his living either, but we don't cost nobody a life.
Yeah, I'm glad that you answered right away because I was thinking, well, I don't want to make it a 911 call. I'd have just called the regular line on that one. But I actually called Heater first.
Yeah.
Heater was sleeping, by the way, and I didn't want to interrupt him, but I called Heater. And then I guess when you made the call in and said I reported that, I guess Heater heard it over the radio. And he goes, oh, I see why Dave was calling now. That cow's out again. So, so that was a good one there. But before we get into some stuff, let's welcome some of our guests. Gordon, right here. You're following right along with me. Austin Stevens is on.
Yes.
Yeah. Chantel Rich is on. Lisa Thomas and Moody said, good evening, David and Gordon Smith. Chrissy said, Sheriff, you will do great, and what a wonderful fill-in. I agree, Chrissy. Byron Bagwell, sure hope you get the feeling better. That's from Lisa again. This one's funny, Dave. Listen to this.
I'm listening.
Michael William Tierney Sr., Gordon Smith. Now I see why you don't never answer your phone.
I'm telling you, working for you, Mike, working for you, brother, I promise. I won't sleep so you can.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, give Mr. Bagwell a shout out and some love.
Hey, Byron, I know I don't look as good as you, and I'm not near as smart, brother, but I'm going to fill in and make you proud tonight, I promise you.
Yeah, Byron told her, me too, thank you. After 3 days, I'm going stir crazy. I bet you are.
He's not going to sit still anyway.
You got that right. Janet Roll is watching. I'm sure trying sitting in a hospital for 2 weeks. Yeah, I bet. I was just going to say, you don't want to be sitting in a hospital for 2 weeks. Let's see. Mr. Bagwell says, politicians are the lowest forms of life. Liberal Democrats are the lowest form of politicians. General George Patton said that. I guess that's the quote of the night, too, right along with the one I read.
General George Patton.
General George Patton. How about that? Great general, by the way, of our time.
My grandfather served in World War II under him.
So there you go. Let's see. Hope you get better soon. Thoughts and prayers. Yep. Brian Newton's on watching. Thank you for joining in. Ellen Disher Williams is on with us. Roy Jackson's on with us. Let's see. Thank you. It's not me. It's Mike. They finally discharged him today. So Lisa Moody Tomlinson said that. So glad to hear that. Yeah, Anthony Black's on. Hello there, Anthony. And he said, hello, Mr. Gordon.
Hey, hello.
Yeah, hello. Bah, little lightning can only add to the superpowers, Byron said. That's good. Noah Gibson is on with us. He says, hello, Mr. Gordon. I highly recommend going and just listening to the Liars Club, Byron said. Yeah, we're going to talk about that a little bit because Gordon don't have to tell us everything that goes on there. Maybe you can tell us some of the guys that come there, some of the regular guys. I'm sure our listening audience would love to hear that. Angel Bellflower, you have the best entertainment value, though. How about that? Thank you for Angel for that. Greg Rolls watching. Judith Young Sally, good evening, guys. Hello. Mark Goody, you know him? Hey, guys.
Tomorrow. Yeah, brother.
Yeah. He says, I need a Gordon Smith sign in my yard, brother.
Absolutely. It will be planted.
Oh,
got it wrote down.
This is nice. Yep. Patton and reliving the song. Yep. It was genius, and you're exactly right. And again, everybody, welcome
I see Miss Brenda Butler on there, one of my favorite ladies.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you see something?
That's Lodi.
That's Lodi. That's my mind down for me.
Let me tell you, my grandmother told me, and it's got to be the truth.
Right.
She said, you can't get to heaven without a stop through Lodi, Florida.
I've heard that.
It has to be the truth.
It has to be.
Grandma told me that.
Oh, yeah,
Miss Brenda
I believe
Butler,
it.
she is a true Lottie girl.
Good.
Lottie girls are beautiful,
Yes,
wholesome,
sir.
godly.
Yep.
Miss Butler's glad to have you on.
That's strawberries over there.
The sweetest.
Angel Bellflower said, "Hello there, fellas. I need some Gordon Smith signs on County Road 233.
Done.
Done. How about that, huh? Done. Hey, mark that one off, Angel. It's done. So keep your comments coming in. Again, welcome into the show. Want to talk about a couple of things, Gordon, especially locally. Some of the things that we got going on. Dave, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the Bradford County Food Pantry.
All right.
Yeah, so if we've got an actual video that we're going to be showing here in just a couple of minutes. Did you tune into the show last week?
I did.
Yeah. Did you see Miss Betty Warren?
Miss Betty Warren, let me tell you.
What a great interview.
She is so, let me tell you, she is committed to feeding our community.
Yes.
She has a passion for serving others.
Yes.
But her whole life's that way. I mean, Major Barry Warren at the City Stark Police Department. But all the facts is that lady, we used to feed just different times, intervals.
Right.
They have made sure that this community has remained fed with every day spending effort to make sure they're gathering food and needed things.
Right.
Our community's been hurting.
Yes, it has.
And it saddens me when I see people I know, people I care about, people I love.
Right.
Proud people.
Yes.
Proud
very
people.
Yes, proud.
Coming through that line because I need something. The life necessity.
Yeah.
But what makes me proud about that is that there are people, the volunteers that they're getting are Explorer kids. People want to know about our kids, our youth. Go down there and watch what our youth are doing, Paul.
Yeah.
Those kids, they love that. And the people line up and they're helping and they're assisting. And it's growing. How do I help? How do I volunteer? This has turned into a major operation in our community. And it starts with one community at a time.
Right.
I don't know what other communities are doing. I see things, but I don't know what they're doing. But I can tell you, I know what Bradford County Food Pantry is doing in Bradford County. And if you can ever help these people, they are out there all during the week getting these boxes. They prepare boxes of food, and they try to get the right mix of food so people can prepare meals, not just throwing anything together. Ms. Warren's picky.
Oh, yeah.
She don't just put anything in.
No.
She'll throw it away first.
Yeah.
And thank you to the grocery stores and the vendors that reach out to them with the bakeries and those kind of stuff. So kudos to our local businesses.
Right.
That don't just throw things away and know that there's something good, a perishable, non-perishable. Bring it down. And even milk. They get fresh vegetables and those type things. Miss Warren is phenomenal.
Yeah, she sure is. And I'll tell you, Gordon, I know you've been hearing, and I know you've been trying to spread the word. Ladies and gentlemen, we are involved heavily with the Bradford County Food Pantry. We've had Bob Milner on. Bob Warren. How about that?
He didn't retire.
He didn't retire yet. Yeah. And I bet he's going to love that I called him Bob. But anyway, Bob Milner was on. Betty Warren was on with us. We talked about what we were trying to do for the Bradford County Food Pantry. You were just saying some of the things, Sheriff, that they need down there, and they really need to be renovating that building. They're trying to get
bad, need repair.
Yes.
I mean, you see some of the boards and I'm gonna tell you, Jackson's Building Supplies helped. They've sent some stuff down and people pitched in, and I miss people, but just off the top of my head, when I see the things going on to keep that operation going,
right,
they're doing. It's busy all the time.
All the time. Yeah,
it takes a lot of work.
Yes, it does. And we're also trying to get freezers down there, some of the necessities and things that they need, and that's exactly right. So, when sports was going, before the COVID-19 situation happened, we were going to do a basketball bracket with the college basketball teams for the men and women. It would have cost you $10 a bracket. We was going to give half to the winner. If the winner wanted to give it back, that's fine, but we was going to give half to the winner, and we was going to give the other half to the Bradford County Food Pantry. Well, of course, COVID-19 shut all the sports down, so we couldn't do that. So that's some of the things that we talk about in our meeting. What is near and dear to our heart? There's great organizations out there, a bunch of them that we could be helping out. But the Bradford County Food Pantry just hits near and dear to my heart because I'm with you. I know some people. I've had calls probably like you have. Hey, there's some hard times. Where can I get a little help? Where can I get a few
These are
groceries?
people that don't want to.
That's exactly right. And that's exactly right. So we decided how can we entice people to get on board with us?
Yeah.
Well, old Dave, you know how he's got a mouth and loves talking about tornado football. Of course, you've been on there and you love tornado football. Man, no, I don't like to run my mouth, do I? There ain't no way. It's just about that much. So David opens up his big mouth and says, how about this? Right on the show. I've had this hair for a while, Gordon. You know me. I keep pretty long hair. I just be in the service. I like to wear it like this. And I said, how about if we raise $5,000 that I don't want to, I ain't going bald now, but I will get a low crew cut, like I used to have in the service, low crew cut for $5,000. And Mr. Michael Heater is going to join me now in the $5,000 category. And he's going to go bald and the mustache off, right?
Yep.
That's what he said. So we're trying to raise $5,000. Well, as of right now, we're on our way. We've got about $600 in our PayPal account, plus the $300 that Michael Heater raised, plus there was a $500 check, and I don't know what the Bradford County Food Pantry, because I don't have those numbers yet. But I'm going to say with all the pledges and everything, we're probably close to about 4.
You're close to being bald.
Yes, in about 2 weeks. In about 2 weeks, brother.
2 weeks.
July the 4th, we'll have a special show. We're going to set the chair right out in front of Dave's shop, and everybody can come watch these Goldilocks come off. And by the way, David even said, Dave, tell him what you said about, hey, if you give me a 10 or 20, I'll let you even take a swipe.
Well, we
Right?
went from 5,000 to 10,000, and
Right. I didn't get to the 10,000 yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but I want you to come in about if we just get to the 5,000, if somebody comes up and says, Dave, I've got an extra 20. Can they take a swipe? Of course they can.
Sure.
Sure they can.
Yeah,
Jump right in.
Jump right in and take a little swipe with it.
Now we get 5 or 6 people.
Yeah.
I wonder what all them swipes are going to look like.
I hope you can fix it, Dave. Oh my goodness, I hope you can
That's
fix
going to
it.
be tough.
When
That's
you
gonna be tough.
difference between a bad haircut and a good haircut?
Yeah.
About 2 weeks.
Especially if Gordon shows up
Oh,
and throws
my
that
God.
money in there to get a
There
swipe.
you go.
So anyway, so at the $10,000 mark, we got to go there. My 2 cohorts, Mitchell Gunner and Byron Bagwell, is going to join the trip. So they're going to get their hairdos and nice. Byron said no ball for him, but real short.
Yeah.
And Mitchell said the same thing, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're all going to get some crew cuts.
Yeah.
So now there was a $15,000 level, but it's not really there no more, even though we would love to raise $15,000. That's where Michael was at. But Michael says, Dave, I just can't let you do it by yourself. So he come down to the $5,000 level with me. But if we hit the $20,000 level, and we've got 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, to still do this, and it can be done.
Yeah.
Our producer, Dave Holland, has got a head full of hair. And, you know, he wears...
He's proud of his hair.
Oh, he's very proud. He wears it in a ponytail. He's been growing this out for 16 years or better right now.
Yep.
And I can tell you what, he said this out of his own mouth, and I'm going to let him tell you. If we hit $20,000, the ponytail comes off.
Really?
They tell him, I'm making this up.
Well, Dave, I want to tell you because
Okay.
we lost that $15,000 slot.
Oh, here we go.
I think I'm going to drop my number. If we can come up with 15,000, I'll give my ponytail.
What? No way.
You go hang at the shop? We can look at it?
Yeah.
Hang it and pull it up?
Okay.
Have a little plaque. This came off for the food bank.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's all for good, y'all.
It's all for a great
And
cause.
sometimes I don't have much to cut, y'all, so I'm still trying to keep a little bit of comb over I got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're
that's
doing
exactly
fine,
right.
Gordon.
My wife
Yes,
sticks
you
on me
are.
all the time, but
Yeah. So that's where we're at with the Bradford County Food Pantry and our fundraiser. We're fixing to show you, our reporter was out there last Friday along with Dave Holland.
Yeah.
Did some great camera work out there.
Yeah.
And we got an interview with Miss Betty Warren that we want to show everybody. We showed it last Tuesday. It's about a 7 to 8 minute video. She talks about what's going on at the Bradford County Food Pantry, ladies and gentlemen. Please stay tuned with us, and we're going to be right back. But we want you to hear what Miss Betty Warren said about the Bradford County Food Pantry and where we're going with this.
The First Baptist men came in and they knocked out the walls and all to make us a large place that we could work from. You'd be amazed at the people that come in here because about 28% of the people that come in here are over 70. Another 28 to 30% have children. Another portion, and of course somebody that's older may be also disabled, but about 30% of our people are disabled. We have about 6% that are veterans. We have homeless that come through here. We have families, big families. We have people come in that they were working last week and didn't need us, and they got laid off, and they now need us. And when they get a job, they'll quit coming. We have people that come in with cancer. Different diseases. A woman was in here, she's on dialysis. She's going to have a kidney transplant. She didn't need us before. She needs us now. And because the people donate, we're here. 4 or 5 different groups. People that come in here Monday and Wednesday, and most of them are here on Friday. There are some that are 70 years old. There's one that's 80 years old. There's one that was in a really bad car wreck and has a brace on her leg, and she comes in and helps when she's able to. Sherry No is we call her food coordinator because she has warehouse experience. And in this time and place God sent her, she took over managing all that handout out there, and you can see how well it is organized. Gerald Moody is our director. He's been here, we never can remember exactly, 9 or 10 years. I've been here 20 years. I'm the paper pusher and anything else anybody needs. We have probably got easy 25 people out there today. I've got my granddaughter and great-grandson, and we just holler help when we need it. We're making do with less than what we normally do, but we're getting it out a little bit slower than we normally do. We were advised by USDA that we could no longer intermingle with clients, so we had to figure out a way to do this. We normally serve 100 people a week. Now we're serving 200 a week by utilizing a drive-through system. We go through and take the names of the people and what county they're in, because we do serve Union and Bradford County. And then we distribute food. Some of the food has been provided to us by USDA, some all through Farm Share, and some through Feeding Northeast Florida. A lot of it has been provided by the local businesses and customers, and just people bring food and they donate money. And we use that money to buy food with. So right now we have a standing order for 200 each week of the items that we normally would give out. So then that's like green beans, peas, mixed vegetables, macaroni and cheese, that kind of stuff that you would want to make up your meal with. And David's Express, when they have anything left over on their truck, they call us and we go get it. We hand out chicken to people that come in here just about every week, every time they come in here. It's a blessing, because other food pantries may not have that blessing that we have. Our police and our sheriff's department has helped with this. They always, if we call them, they're here right off the bat for whatever we may need. This is truly a community. We could not do this without everybody doing what they're doing. You'd be amazed at the people that come in here, because about 28% of the people that come in here are over 70. Another 28 to 30% have children. Another portion, and of course somebody that's older may be also disabled, but about 30% of our people are disabled. We have about 6% that are veterans. We have homeless that come through here. We have families, big families. We have people come in that they were working last week and didn't need us, and they got laid off, and they now need us. And when they get a job, they'll quit coming. We have people that come in with cancer. Different diseases. A woman was in here, she's on dialysis. She's going to have a kidney transplant. She didn't need us before. She needs us now. And because the people donate, we're here. We average 25 to 30 people each Friday handing food out. You can see the sheriff's volunteers are out here today. We've had the junior class from this year, which will be the seniors of next year, 2021. We've had the football team. We've had various organizations. We've had various adults and stuff coming in. Anytime the kids are here, their coaches and teachers are here. We have a team that comes in on Monday and Wednesday to prepare for this handout. Plus, we're in here by 10 and getting ready on Friday to start distributing it at 1 o'clock. But we have cars parked here there at 10:30. They come in, get in line. One of the explorers takes their name and which county they're in and how many's in their family and why they qualify, because USDA says they must meet the requirements. They must be low income, food stamps, SSI, Medicaid, or TANF, which is assistance for low income families with children. And then when we're ready, then they start directing cars up here one at a time. We may have as many as 3 stations out there to distribute food from. Today, I think we have 2. They're averaging getting 50 to 75 pounds of food each week. Donations are always needed. We take food. If you find something on sale, buy one, get one free, and you can't use the free one, bring it to us. Look for sales. Sometime you can get 3 cans of green beans for $1, which is a steal. But we shop things. We take the money that people donate and we go buy. That standing order that we have for 200 of everything we are giving out, that's being bought with the money that has been donated here. I have never seen the response we've had through this. It's just been amazing. It's unbelievable. I've been here almost 20 years, and I've never seen anything like it. Thank you to the businesses, the organizations, the individuals, the churches. And I've never seen anything. Thank you to the businesses.
Wow, that was a great interview, Gordon. Hey, that Miss Betty Warren, Bob Milner, the Hardys down there, everybody that's working down there, they do such a wonderful job. And I hope we can raise this money for you guys. We're going to be pushing this real hard the next couple of weeks, Gordon. I challenge, and I want you to help me, Gordon. I want to challenge all our sponsors on the show. Southern Gym Photo Booth has stepped up. They gave a great donation. Harry Patel down at the arcade at Fun Point has given a nice donation. But I want to challenge our rest of our sponsors to donate as well. I'd like for y'all maybe to have a little war with it or whatever. That's, if you want to call it that. So if you can, please donate. We understand if you can't. Hey, even if it's $1, $2, $5, it doesn't matter. You can always donate to our PayPal account. That is on our Facebook page. You can go to the PayPal link, hit PayPal, and you can do it there. You can contact us if you got a check we need to pick up, or if you want to deliver it. You can hit us on the spot at 32091 at gmail.com, or you can message any of us, Mr. Dave Holland, Mr. David Rodgers, Mr. Austin Stevens, Mr. Mitchell Gunner, Mr. Byron Bagwell, Mr. Michael Heater, and heck, you can even hit Gordon up. Gordon will make sure we get the money.
Absolutely.
So you can hit Gordon up as well. Like I said, we take any kind of donation that you would like to give. They're looking for volunteers down there, David. That's one of the things that she really mentioned. She'd love to have some more help down there.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. They organize that stuff in groups to give out, from juices to fruits to the box goods,
Right.
and the breads and stuff. So it takes a lot of time preparing those boxes.
Right. So anything that you could do to help. Again, 2 weeks before you can see this beautiful glow go. There you go. Mr. Bagwell, I seen that, and I'll make sure I get you on the show Tuesday night. The skunk. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Because Gray was going right down to the silver fox or whatever it is that he calls me. Yeah. So Brenda K. Butler said hello. Let's see. Michael Monier's on. Greetings. Marie is on. Let me give you a wave there. He said, Byron Bagwell says, I have a great idea for what's next, but don't want to give it away. Oh, boy. That sounds like trouble. Write that down there, Sheriff. Trouble somewhere coming. Carlton Joins is going on. David Rodgers going bald. Yep, you're going to be right in the seat with me because I think we're going to hit the $10,000 mark too, Bagwell. Marie, sweetie, see y'all. Talk to you later. Yep. Steph said, as long as you don't cut Gordon's hair.
Amen.
He's got a little slap on there.
She goes, I don't have much. Now, I told you, Dave, I get picked on enough by the wife.
Good grief. All right.
But I did tell you what she cooks good while I was off air.
Yes, you did, and I'm not going to give it away.
No.
Because
Hold
no,
on.
I'm going to hold on to that one. I am going to hold
So
on.
if she
to that.
gets hers in return, she's the best.
There you go. Angel said, Stephanie, tell them they ain't cutting Gordon's hair.
That's right.
Mr. Bagwell, the skunk look. All right, David Kilgore, hello there. Oh my gosh, woohoo, Dave. She says, Angel Bellflower, I think to you, Dave, about with the ponytail. Vincent Tucker, good evening, sir. Do you know Vincent Tucker?
I don't think I do.
Have you heard of us talk about Vincent Tucker? We'll just give a little shout out to Vincent. You have now that we have.
Yeah.
Okay. Vincent Tucker graduated in 1988 from the same high school that I graduated from, Pascagoula High School. And he went to school with Shane Matthews. And
I remember
when they
telling
won,
me. I do.
and he's been in the military. Now he
Great
lives out.
coordinator, by the way.
Yeah, great one. When we talk about quarterbacks, I put him at the top of the list
Oh,
too.
absolutely.
So, and I'm not even a Florida fan, but I'm telling you that right now, I can put him up at the top. But anyway,
Everybody's a Florida fan deep down.
don't believe that mess. But anyway, Vincent Tucker has a show called Z and Tuck. It airs on Thursday nights, 10:30 their time, 7:30 our time. It's 3 hour difference.
3 hour difference.
It's a 3 hour difference.
I knew Mississippi was different.
Well, he's in Arizona.
Oh, he's in Arizona.
He's in Arizona.
That's even worse.
Vincent, how about that? Sheriff said that. Yeah, he's messing with you. But anyway, no, you're not. Are you? But anyway, they got a great show. It's called Z and Tuck. I was on there the other night.
Yep.
Z and Tuck. Yep. If you're ever up and need to watch that show, they do a really good job. They talk about the same things we talk about. They talk a little local stuff, what's going on in their community. Then they get into a lot of national politics, and of course, they love sports. And they talk a little bit about everything. He's got a nice little viewing audience. So some of his viewers are watching our show, and I'm going to throw some of our viewers to his show.
Oh, yeah.
Z and Tuck, 10:30s on Thursday nights. That is 10:30 your time, right here, Eastern time, 7:30 their time, 3 hour difference. Great product that they got. Welcome in Vincent Tucker, my old Panther
Met a
classmate.
great senator from that state I went to Harvard with.
Did you?
Absolutely. Sally Doty, Republican senator from Great
Oh,
Plains.
maybe Vincent does know.
Yeah. So, yeah. I actually did the Harvard State and Local Governor there.
Wow.
The skunk
That's
look.
great.
Renee replied to Byron. You're not the first one to think that. Thank you, Renee. Renee, an old classmate of mine, thinks I got the skunk look too. What in the heck, Dave? Oh, boy. Good grief.
You get picked
No
on.
problem. Just a great patriot cause. And that's exactly right, Byron Bagwell. We love our community. I know you do. You've got great parents that live here. We know them. Donnie and Shirley Bagwell. Let me tell you what. Have you ever had a meal that Shirley Bagwell's prepared?
She used to cook all the time when she worked out at school,
Oh, yeah.
Brought treats and that kind of stuff.
Oh, God. She's still cooking.
She's
those
got a
treats.
lucky husband and poor Byron, he shows on him. She's babying him. She made sure he was fed.
Yeah, she did. I'm telling you right now, she has brought treats in here.
Everything she does has calories.
Calories.
Calories. It's so
Calories,
delicious, man. It's so delicious.
And she's just a tiny person.
Yeah, she is.
So
A beautiful lady.
She
Beautiful
cooks-
lady with a great personality.
Yeah, cooks for everybody else
Yeah.
to eat, and she watch.
That strawberry cake she made the other day.
Oh man!
Oh my gosh. She can make it all. She's invited us to dinner and man laid out a spread and it's like, oh my goodness. They got wonderful people they are. Byron's lucky that he's got parents like that. They're very,
I'm telling
very
you, he's blessed.
He really is blessed. So, anyway, Vincent Tucker, other way around, 10:30. Yes, that's right, Vincent. I corrected that. It is 10:30 our time, 7:30 your time. Who you calling old? Well, I'm calling myself old. Yeah, I
Same
mean,
classmate, right?
yeah, classmate.
Old buddy.
I did, didn't I? Yeah, I said my classmate. I think I put old in there, Dave. I think that's what he's getting me for right now. Anthony Black, I'm glad you said that because me and Gordon was probably going to hit on that. Yeah, happy Father's Day to everybody in here. By the way,
Wow.
it is Father's Day tomorrow. Happy Father's Day to you,
Father's
sir. Happy Father's Day to you, Donald.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day, Dave. And happy Father's
Gordon,
Day to
happy
me as
Father's
well.
Day, David.
Yeah,
happy
thank
Father's
you very
Day.
much. Yes, and to all the fathers out there, I hope that it's a great day tomorrow. It's supposed to be pretty, right, Austin?
90.
Pretty day? 90 something though?
95.
Ooh. That sounds like a beach time.
Do I look like a beach person? Now, my
No,
wife-
man, I
my
wasn't going to
wife,
answer that.
One is I hate to say beach whale throw water, but second is I'm redheaded and freckled, man.
Oh, really?
I don't burn, I burst into flames. Oh, the beach weather.
Oh boy.
I look like I want to be at the
So
beach.
let me ask you something. Okay, we know Stephanie likes the water. She likes to go to the
Oh
beach.
yeah,
right?
well she's dark.
Yeah,
she's beautiful.
So does she ask you to go to the beach? Does she ever ask you to go?
She does, and usually I'm the chaperone, and I'm the guy that gets burnt hanging out underneath the tent with sunscreen 50 on. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times now they'll leave me behind. They felt a little mercy after the years, and they leave me behind a lot of times. But or they can go and I'll watch the grandbabies. I'm okay with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Or I'll go
Sit in
to
the car and then
or I'll
leave
go-
there for this and all.
Or if we go to a hotel, I'll stay at the hotel, the pool,
Right.
in the shade somewhere, and they can go to. There's nothing exciting about the beach to me at all.
Does Haley like the beach?
Oh yeah,
She loves the beach.
Yeah,
Her and
Haley's
her
got good
mama.
skin, and
Yeah,
Haley's
she
got
does.
good
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah,
Thank goodness they
yeah.
both got their mother's skin.
They
not mine.
do. So
Yeah.
all three of them like the beach, and they
They do.
leave you with the grandkids. And
Leave me with the grandkids.
Chris likes the beach too, doesn't
Yeah, he does.
he? Yeah, I figured that.
They all
You know,
do.
Chris reminds like a surfer. Does he
Yeah.
like to surf and like that kind of stuff? He just looks like that to me a little bit.
Yeah, he grew up there, down in Sebastian and Veros. That's where
Okay,
he's from.
right. That's what he's from.
Down there,
Right, right.
And he came out to North Florida where it's a little
I
better.
bet he did.
You know,
he did.
I bet he did. He was active. He was an athlete. He
Yeah,
played ball.
you can tell.
Vero
Yeah, he was an
Beach.
athlete.
Yeah.
Of course, he's the shortest basketball player I've ever seen.
Yeah, probably pretty good though.
When
wasn't
my grandkids probably going to be basketball players, I'm going to have golfers or something.
he?
I'm
That's
going
all
to
right.
get his big time. But
That's
hey,
good money.
I got two of the
Bowlers.
most beautiful grandkids. You'll see it. A third one on the way. So
Yes, you do. And the
Nonetheless.
third one, that's right. Congratulations, Chris and Haley. Third one on the way. Beautiful addition to that family. And I know you and Stephanie love those grandkids. I
I'm
see
telling
those
you.
pictures.
Well, I tried
all
to
the
give a
time.
subscription to Netflix. It just didn't work out. I still went out with the third grandchild, but I'm happy. I'm
Oh,
happy.
subscription
I'm happy.
to
They weren't
Netflix.
marathoning all those, those programs. So
Yeah.
hey,
Hey, well, whatever.
we get us another grandbaby. We're praying for a little girl, but we'll take whatever God gives us. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that way.
Byron Bagwell says, and we feed well. Yes, you do, Byron. Your
Amen.
mama and Donnie definitely do. Lisa says she loves Shirley Bagwell. Y'all got the beach weather. I'm going bowling after work tomorrow, David Kilgore said. Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with bowling. I like to bowl, don't
Nah.
you? Sure.
I do.
I bowl
miss
my
that.
IQ about a 12. Yeah.
I didn't know what to say.
You didn't know what to say, did you?
I'm always in the gutter, So,
I'm always in the gutter.
so my brain was going somewhere else. I'm sorry.
I know it was. Goodness gracious. Father's Day, the Talladega race. Can't get better than that. Anthony, yeah, I want to get into that a little bit. I want to pick those sheriff's brain as we get into some other subjects of what you think about sports nowadays and just some of the things that's going on in
Absolutely.
the world today. And I just want to just get your opinion on it. You know what I mean? But we'll get into that. And Lisa Tomlinson Moody, you hit it just right. No more NASCAR for me, and no more NASCAR for me either. And I'm going to tell you why.
Oh.
And I think Sheriff already knows why too. Chris Coffey says thank you. He gives us a little smiley face.
There you go. Hey.
So yeah, shout out to Chris Coffey and his family there. Do want to talk about a couple other things before we get into that. I want to talk about the graduation last night, how that
I'm gonna
all
tell
went.
you, it started off as 2020's been since it started. It kind of came in like 2020's come in, unpredictable. I
Right.
really didn't know what, but I'm gonna tell you, we got a resilient community, and the leadership. And when they went to the kids and they asked them what they really wanted to do, the majority of the kids, and it's still by majority,
Right.
they wanted to get it done. And I remember it's been a few years ago, but I still remember they've earned it. I mean, it's been their year is going to be a class like none other. I hope we never have another like that. We look back and it makes you remember the times that men graduated from school was going off to war.
Right.
And didn't know that you'd ever be seen again by your family and your loved ones. But America's great,
Yes, it is.
and we've overcome these things. And I'm going to tell you, the class of 2020, those kids are amazing. I say kids, young adults, young ladies, young men.
Right.
But my age now, I can do that. I can say kids. It doesn't mean it's not derogatory.
No, it's not.
But I'm going to tell you, people want to say about this generation,
Mm-hmm.
I beg to differ.
Okay.
Oh, the kids aren't as good. Let me tell you something. When people say that, it's hard to see the flowers for the weeds.
Yes, it is.
So when you see
That's
those
right.
great young men and women interacting. You interact with them. You know, the respect. There's so much respect by those young men to their elders, to their peers. All we see from our media is the bad things. But I'm going to tell you, we're blessed in this community to have such a graduating class who's endured so much to overcome it and get their day, to get their night. I had my doubts too. I'd be lying if I didn't say so. My son-in-law Chris, who's watching, can tell you I was texting, hey, lightning strikes.
Yeah.
And
I was in there in the gym with Chris.
It was not an easy decision. No. You know what? But they persevered.
Yes, they
Those
did.
kids got their graduation. The fireworks show was phenomenal. Stepping up for giving the fireworks. We have about nothing catching on fire.
No.
In regards to it. And we've got a graduating class where a lot of high schools all across this country has got to do that.
That's exactly right.
Our kids got to do it.
Amen. And you know what else? Look, we even have a prom. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
They are going to have a prom. They're going to have a prom too. It may be a little later, but they're going to have a prom.
You know,
that's okay.
And there's a few that have commitments, and they're going off to different places. But you know what? The others will get to enjoy it, and they'll get to reminisce with their friends via, social media, those kind of things. And be a part of something, but knowing that they still got to have their year. Yeah,
and I'm glad they did. And I'm going to tell you what else I enjoyed about that last night, Gordon. You know, with everything and all the turmoil going on in our country today, COVID-19, the Black Lives Matter, the Antifa thing, everything that's going on in our world today, you know, what do you think there was there? Do you know a number? I don't know if Chris knows the number. Was there 1,500, 1,600 there?
There was at least that, if not more at first.
Okay.
And we had the delays, and some people left, and they had other obligations. I get it. A lot of other events. Right. And some people couldn't be out in that weather. You know, you got a lot of grandparents and stuff, and it was enduring. But I want to tell you, those kids, they had parents and family that loved them. They did endure everything.
Right.
Some people had time frames, and we get it, but they didn't let that get in the way.
Right.
We persevered. Those kids got their graduation.
Yeah.
Like so many other schools across the country have not.
You know, and I'm glad you said that, because after it was all well, first of all, everything was so respectful,
wasn't it?
They stood for the anthem.
Yes.
They stood for the pledge. It was just, there was no, everybody clapped. It was such unity, Gordon, that I was back there almost cheering up, because I'm like, you know, you hear of all these bad things, and like I said, everything that's going on in our world today.
This group of young men and women have not let the world poison the special occasion that they had.
Right.
And because they didn't let them poison it by all this stuff they see going on in the world, they didn't let them affect them, man. Those are their classmates. Those are the people they have spent all these years together with. Mm-hmm. You know, they may be differences of opinions in there, but they're all still one.
That's right. That's
it. Know, and that unity that you're talking about, when you watch those kids hugging each other.
Yes.
You know, when you see them smiling, making memories.
Yep.
That's what changes the world.
That's exactly right. And I was just getting
one community at a time. We can change our country, and we can change. This country can change the world by us quit taking sides.
Yeah. Thank you.
And they quit taking sides. Your opinion, you see me all the time. I get in debates. They know that I get called out on social media all the time. I don't mind the debate.
Right.
Controversy comes with it. And we can always agree to disagree.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you're still my brother. You're my fellow man. And we need to move forward. That's what makes America great. Other places can't do that.
Right. You know, and you know, you said you got to meet a little bit afterwards, right? I did too. Me and Shelley did. We got to see a lot of these kids, and you know, I was going up to some of their parents, and we was all hugging each other. I know the COVID thing. I get all that, man, but it's the love. You know what I mean? But I was hugging different people, and you know, I hugged this one particular black lady, and she says, David, she says, I just want to tell you what great things that y'all are doing for there. I said, well, it's all of us. It's a team thing. We're just trying to make everything better. She says, when I look at you, I don't see color. I see a person. I see an American.
That's what it should be.
I see an American, and I see Mr. Bagwell put that on here, that we're all Americans, and that's the way it should be. She says, I don't see color. She says, I've loved you from day one. I've loved you from day one. I still love you.
You know, and
that's the way it is. And that was with a lot of people last night, Gordon.
I'm telling you, we live in a great community, and I think our community can be an example. We're not a rich community. We don't have, like I said, one of the gated communities, our county jail. You know, and I refer back to that because even with our differences, we all live here together.
Correct.
And we all learn to survive together. And our country's got to learn to do this again.
Right.
We've let all this political correctness, we've let
Right.
all these other people's opinions that really, at the end of the day, doesn't matter to me.
Right.
You know, and I've never found anybody in life that agrees totally like me. That's what makes us great.
That's what makes it great.
But we don't live in a perfect nation.
Nope.
We just lived in the greatest nation.
Correct.
We have a lot of faults.
Right.
But because of our foundation and because of our Constitution, we work harder every day striving toward becoming better.
Right.
Because our Constitution has survived longer than many other constitutions ever.
Ever. Right.
Because of that founding document. And because of that founding document and the way it was set up by people way smarter than us.
Oh, God, yeah, you kidding.
240 years ago.
Yeah.
You think about the brain trust, and those were working class people.
Yes, they were. Yes.
Most of those were working people.
Yeah.
And they fought. And because of that, we are able to work within our system without killing everybody off that other countries do to make positive change.
Right.
That's
And
what makes us different.
That's what makes us different. And that's exactly right, you know, and I could have put that any better, Sheriff. You know, like I said, it just touched me last night. I was talking with Shelly last night after we got home a little bit, after I ate me a Whopper from Burger King.
Absolutely.
At 10:30 at night. Oh, what? Did I say that?
It
shows.
showed.
You said it shows, Gordon.
I'm sorry, Slit.
Okay.
I'm Freudian slip there.
Okay, yeah, that's all right. I got you. But anyway, yes, it does show. But anyway, we were sitting there talking, and we were saying the same things you were saying. Everybody just come and loved and hugged, and you know, it was a great night. There was no issues. Man, we just all went home, and now we're at it again today. So I want to propose a question to you after I read a couple of comments.
Absolutely, go ahead.
And I'd like to get your answer, and I'd like to get Mr. Holland's answer on this too. But Byron Bagwell says, I'm going to enjoy that bowling trip. Jason Vaught, what we call Sarge, I work with him out there at New Millennium. He says NASCAR is dead to me, and I'll tell you why. We'll get into that. Mr. Dwight Allen said, good evening, brothers.
That's it, Mr. Dwight.
All right. Mitchell Gunner says, Sheriff, I talked with Representative Payne's office on Friday. We can look at getting the flashing beacon over 21B and State Road 100 and the early detection signs at State Road 101 or 144th Street.
144.
Yep. This will happen sometime in late July or August, he said. So some news for you.
Thank you, Mitchell, for staying on that. Because that is good information. State Road 100 is really, I just hate to tell you, I've been in here October 34 years.
Right.
There's certain areas when you hear the call come out reference a vehicle crash, in my mind I already know
Right.
that's going to be serious because there's certain places
Right.
we go to, and you know that, and it affects us. And I watch social media now because we do live updates from our comm center.
Right.
With that, people say, "Oh my gosh, there's all these wrecks." No, really, our wrecks have not been up. We're just publishing them now. So if you lived in Lauda, you didn't know about the wreck in Keystone. If you were in Keystone, you may not know about the wreck over in Brooker. Now you get to see it live, and we're trying to keep people informed. Stay out of areas.
Right.
It's funny because they do the same, and people do the same thing on social media that I do. Hey, where's everybody at?
Where's everybody at? Yeah.
You know when your wife's coming from work. You know where the sun's supposed to be. And I watch that social media, and I giggle to myself.
Right.
Because they're doing the same thing we do. We're just trying to give it to them real. It's a safety check, you know, and you see them doing that, and it makes me smile because people care.
That's exactly right. So thank you, Mitchell, for staying on top of that. Chris Coffey said it was neat watching the entire class gather around to pray. Did you see that?
That was pretty,
wasn't it?
I don't care who you are.
I don't care who you are either.
You may be agnostic, you may be atheist, but that's powerful stuff when you see, because it's the power of that bringing those young men and women together. I keep wanting to say kids. I'm trying to correct myself.
I know it. Isn't that crazy?
But it is, you know, at my age, I guess I get away with it. But
yeah.
But they're so phenomenal. And people talk about this generation, that generation. The same thing has been said about each generation since the beginning of time.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. That's exactly right. Yes, Mitchell Gunner. If y'all don't know, if y'all are new to the show or y'all don't know what Mitchell Gunner does, Dave, you can help me explain this. Mitchell Gunner is our local guru. He's our local reporter. He handles our local news. If you follow our script of On the Spot with David Rodgers, you notice that we open up the show, and then while we have our two co-hosts is because each one of them specializes in different things. Mitchell Gunner really works hard for this community. He works hard for the region here. So he's our local guy. Yeah. He goes out there and he gets stuff done. And Mitchell, not only is our viewing audience proud of you, I am proud of you. Our team is proud
I
of you
am.
and what you do and the efforts that you put in. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for not only making our community better, but for making On the Spot better as well with your knowledge and information that we can pass on to our great viewers. Also, want to give a special shout out to Mr. Byron Bagwell. Mr. Byron Bagwell is under the weather tonight. He's got a little sinus infection. But Byron, in his segment, this guy, I'm telling you right now, he's got a degree in music. Hey, hard enough as it is, but he keeps up with politics and government and history. This guy knows it like the back of his hand, Gordon. He can just read stuff off.
History.
He loves history. He loves
Don't get to
politics.
debate with him because he's going
No, I've already tried that.
I've been there.
Let me pass.
Baits you till your
we
knees are weak.
disagreed, and that's okay. Because that's what this great nation is about. We can tend to agree to disagree, and that's okay. Because you know what? I'm going to break bread with Byron Bagwell and Mitchell Gunner and Dave Holland as soon as this show's over.
Absolutely.
We can go and do our thing. We don't always have to agree on everything.
I found I was looking kind of distracted there for a minute. But I want to read you a quote. I want you to tell me.
Okay.
I want to read this quote. We've been doing some quotes tonight.
Yeah.
But I want to read you this, and you tell me who said this.
Okay.
The children now love luxury. They have bad manners, contempt for authority. They show disrespect for their elders and love chatter in place of exercise. Children are now tyrants, not the servants of their households. They no longer rise when elders enter the room. They contradict their parents, chatter before company, gobble up dainties at the table, cross their legs, and tyrannize their teachers.
Wow.
Wow.
Who said that?
All right. Let me take a stab at this.
Or I'll tell you what, better yet, how long ago what generation do you think they were talking about?
Well, they was talking about definitely this generation, right?
Nope.
No. Did Reagan say that?
Nope.
Okay.
Before then.
Before then.
Benjamin Franklin.
Before then.
Wow. Wait a minute.
Yep.
Aristotle.
Socrates.
Oh, I pressed the
Socrates.
wrong one.
300 BC.
300 BC. Look at there. 300 BC,
So
before
when
Christ.
people,
Remember,
we always like to criticize the generation behind us.
that's right.
From our children, they're saying the same things there that I hear grown people sitting at tables. Well, this generation are disrespectful. Look, y'all, it's hard to see the flowers for the weeds.
Right. Yes.
Malcolm X
Mm-hmm.
told us and warned us about media.
Yep. He did. Yep.
One of the best quotes out there. The media has the power to make and break people.
Yes, it does.
They can make heroes or they can make
Make
zeros.
zeros. Yep.
And it doesn't matter what the facts are. And we see that today more and more. But we say that, but nowadays we have more sources, such as On the Spot. You have other news sources you can go to get real numbers, real facts. When you read a story, you say, oh my gosh, got in a debate with a guy that says there's more people killed by guns each day than there are killed in car accidents. Where in the world do you get that number?
Where did they get that number from?
Yes.
So far-fetched. When you go to DOT, the National Highway Safety, it tells you how many.
Right.
You go to the FBI who tracks those things,
Things?
they're not even close.
No.
But then you read the study he sends you in a real fine print. They try to do this mathematical, statistical method
Right.
to make you believe.
Believe.
And people believe it. Because here's what we're all guilty of. We read the headline.
Mm-hmm.
The headlines is what catches our attention.
Right. We don't read the body, do we?
No, it's all about you
Where's
got to be
the
mindful of that. But I'm going to tell you, we got a great generation of kids that are going to be much smarter than us. They're going to make great things. You know, our generation, we've seen everything from the toaster oven to the invention of the microwave, the DVD.
Well, how about the computer to where we are with the computer?
That was just in our generation. Can you imagine what this generation of young men and women are going to do?
I can't think of the guy's name. I bet he's kicking himself square in the behind right now. The guy from Miami that sold DOS to Bill Gates. What's his name? Remember they was talking about that on the fires in Silicon Valley?
Pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
Just
He sold
double.
it to him for like $50,000.
Yeah.
And now look what Bill Gates has done with it. And Steve Jobs and all those guys have done with it.
wow.
Yeah.
And sold it for $50,000. That man is kicking himself in the tail, right? But that's capitalistic and corporate
Somebody's
America.
got to take it to the
Somebody's
next
got
level.
to take it to the next level, and those
Because
guys
he's
did.
somewhere else, but the government takes it from you.
That's exactly
Well,
right.
with the-
I can't
with
think
the-
of the guy's name though.
With the media, where's the accountability of what you say, though?
Because they always go back to they pick the amendments they like. It's kind of like some people pick the verses of the Bible they like, don't give you the whole context.
Don't give you the whole context. That's
well,
right.
some people like, the press likes, well, that's our Constitution.
Tim Patterson. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Jim Patterson.
Yeah. Who is it?
Tim Patterson.
Tim Patterson. Yeah, Tim Patterson. Kicking himself, if he's alive, kicking himself square in the behind. Right?
But you look at it, and in most professions, you have accountability.
Right.
And there you can pretty much say what you want to with impunity. And then people that are, how do you get the word back out?
Right.
Once it's out of the bag,
It's out of the bag.
The truth, it doesn't have to be truthful to be good.
No.
We're all guilty liking good gossip.
Oh. Yeah. That's true.
And now we just Google whatever side of the issue we're on. You know,
right.
If somebody says this, you can Google it. You'll find somebody that says that.
Oh, isn't that true? I mean, there's
so you get
one.
This social media court goes on every day all across the country.
Of course it does. Yeah.
Yeah, you got one person saying this, and the other person will come back and say the total opposite.
Right.
And try to find the article that proves their
Yeah. And
we're sitting here going.
I think the word is interpretation. How do you interpret it? You know what I mean? Just like you were saying about the Bible. You know, you may look at the Bible one way, and I may look at it another way. It's a different interpretation. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, with the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Hey, Matthew, Luke, and John all seen it differently. Every one of them seen it a little different. Same concept, but everybody's seen it. If you read those books, everyone's seen it a little bit different. So, you know, it's an interpretation game. And then, like you said, you know,
we're human.
We're human.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Well, 3.5 years ago, when I heard the president say fake news, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What?
How dare he?
How dare you?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, right?
And
He is so right.
Then we started paying attention.
Exactly.
Everything, there's something in every
Amazing.
generation that makes a total turn.
I can't watch the news today.
It's not the same.
I tell you what, if we turn it off,
We'll all get along better.
we probably would.
We'd solve a lot of problems if we just turned that news stuff off.
Mitchell Gunner, I did read that. I hope you wasn't racing, but yeah, I did read that comment, and Sheriff's got it written down. Thank you for that hard work on that. We really appreciate that. David Kilgore says, imagine how different the world would act if we saw each other as humans and citizens and nothing of color, transparency. Things would be so different. Wow. Man, he just worded that perfectly, didn't he?
Well, you know, we are not just people.
Right.
We are Americans.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All of us.
We're blessed to be born, and live in America where we have. Just go someplace else if you don't believe it.
The only color Americans have is the red, white, and blue.
Period. You got that right. That's a good way to put it, David. Mitchell Gunner said it's all about our community. Miss Bagwell is on. We was talking about you, Shirley. I hope you joined early enough where we were talking about you and your great cooking and your great food. And so the sheriff over here said something about some calories.
I'm a little hungry too.
Yeah, did you say something about some calories? I don't know what that was about. Yeah. You want to mention that?
Hey, she does all that sugar and good stuff. She put all them good ingredients.
Oh, yes.
Hey,
Oh, yes.
She makes it with love.
Yep.
There you go.
Dwight Allen says smaller country towns seem to raise more respectful kids. I tend to agree. Do you?
I think because we have to grow up differently than people in those real congested areas and so, areas of bigger cities. We don't realize just go stay a while, go visit, go see. It's a little different what we get to do here. Our freedoms,
Right.
The way we have to live, everything's not close. We have to depend on our neighbors.
Right.
We know each other personally. You know, you go to New York, New Jersey, some of those big cities, some of those people live next door to each other, lock their door, and live right next door and never know each other.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. You're right. Never know. Been living with each other 10 years. Don't know.
I'm glad to be part of rural America. I have no qualms, no regrets.
Rural America.
It's a faster pace in some of those areas. They have to because it's the needs.
Yeah, that's a good point, Dwight Allen, that you bring up. And Sheriff elaborated on that there. Lisa tends to agree with him. Byron Bagwell says the Cracker Jack box. Interesting, Byron. How about that? Oh, you can't say cracker anymore? Oh, well, I'll tell you what. I eat crackers with my chili. I don't know about y'all guys. How about you, Sheriff? Do you like crackers with your chili?
I sure do.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep eating crackers then.
That's it.
And I'm gonna keep calling them crackers. If I need to go to the store, hey, Shelly will say, David, go get some crackers. That's what I'm gonna go get.
That's
I don't
just the way
think
it is.
anything different. I'm going to the store to get the crackers.
Hey, you learn in life, if you want to be offended by something, you can be offended if you look hard enough.
Shirley Bagwell just hit it right here on the head. She says, what happened to the freedom of speech? Yeah, I mean...
Political correctness is taking that away.
Yes, I'm just going to get rid. Yeah, political correctness
As
is
Mama
taking that
always
away.
said,
I don't
it's
like
not what
using
you
it.
say, it's how you say
It's
it.
how you say it.
How you say it.
Yep, you're exactly right. Sarge said the same person could read the Bible and get something different every time. As I was saying,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's the word is the interpretation, difference of that. Miss Bagwell says she can't watch the news. Your wife says makes my blood pressure go up. Didn't hear that earlier. Hope whatever you said about me was good. It was. Byron can fill you in, and I promise I'll fill you in. It was about your cooking, and it was just about your sweet personality and your family, Shirley, and how much we really think and care about you is what we were saying. So it was all good, wasn't it, David?
It was great.
Can you back me up on this one?
I'm right there behind you,
Gordon, you
man.
gonna
I
back me on
got
this
you.
one?
How can you say anything bad?
I know it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Byron.
Yeah, but hey, he was raised with a lot of love. He's a fortunate man.
Yeah. Sarge said, what did he say? But I still like Caucasian toast bread squares crushed up in my... Oh, my God. Yeah. And Marie's joined us again. Thank you guys for joining us on the spot with David Rodgers right here. Right along Mr. Dave Holland, our producer. We got Mr. Austin Stevens over there, our weather guy. You just heard the weather report as well. We are missing in action tonight Mr. Mitchell Gunner because he's out at the Gainesville Raceway racing.
Raceway, absolutely.
Yeah, he's trying to make some points and earn some cash, he said. And Mr. Byron Bagwell, he's got a little sinus infection. Hope you get better, Byron. So we'll be ready to go on Tuesday. Mr. Michael Heater's working dispatch, been fighting fires all day today, our director. And we've got John Probst down in Tampa, Florida, doing his thing. I wanted to get to a couple other things, Sheriff, before we close out tonight. It's been a great show so far. I wanted to ask your opinion. You know, you were talking about making a difference in small communities, as the White Allen was saying, about small towns and how kids grow up and how things go on here. Let me ask your opinion on this. You know, with the strife and turmoil and everything, the chaos and everything that's going on in the world today, do you think a show like this and people here in our community, do you think one person can make it? Do you think we can take it another step?
Oh, absolutely.
I agree.
That's the American dream. We reached that with Barack Obama. I don't care who you are in this country, what your opinion is.
Right.
It proves that no matter who you're born into, what family you're born into,
Right.
you can still live the dream and become the most powerful man in the world.
Right.
The President of the United States is the most important man in the world.
Yes,
so
he
for
is.
anybody to say that America doesn't have more opportunity than anywhere else, leave.
Exactly.
I agree.
Get a plane ticket and go someplace else you think you're going to be treated better because we've given opportunity. The good thing about America is not our perfection, but our desire to always get better.
Right.
And because of our desire to always become a better country, that makes us the greatest country in the world. People always want to compare, well, our education system, or this system, or that system. Well, if you think it's better, leave. And guess what? You can freely leave this country.
Yes, you can. Freely. Yeah, freely.
You know, that's what gives me, it's like something I don't like. I don't go out there and wave a big flag and say, I don't like that. I don't buy it. I don't watch it.
Right.
I flip the channel.
Right.
I don't like your opinion. I go, there's 10,000 others to try to find.
That's right.
You know, you can sort through. It's like me and the wife anymore. We kind of got that at age. We try to find something to watch. We fall asleep when we find it. Because there's so many channels. I know nobody else does that. I know that's just Stephanie and I. But you know, so let's find us a show to watch. And by the time we find a show,
Oh, man.
I don't know what that says about it.
Have you heard about some of my falling asleep stories?
I'm telling you, man. But you know, that's what
I'll
gets me
tell you
is
some of
because,
those.
you know, we're in troubling times and people bring up all these issues. It's not as big as the media makes it. It just sells.
It sells.
And people make money by division.
Yes.
People make money by war. People make money out of these things. You've got to always look behind the scenes.
Right.
And if we give those opportunities, I was young once and I did a bunch of things that I would never be proud of today.
Absolutely.
But I thought it was my cause then.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. If I don't like what's going on in the NFL, just turn it off. I don't care if you like it or not.
There
Turn it
you
off. You
go.
want to watch it, watch it. You don't want to watch NASCAR, turn it off. That's my, you know.
That's
certain
true.
things
That's
I'm not
right.
agreeing with.
That's it.
You know, and it's, to me, it really doesn't have anything to do with that Confederate flag. You know what's got about me? That flag.
That flag.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Let me
what-
tell you something. That's the only flag that serves our country.
That's exactly right.
United States of America. And there's
Yeah.
always going to be the devil trying to divide it.
Yeah.
And that flag allows you to come into this country just as free.
Oh,
Of course,
absolutely.
legally.
Legally.
It does.
Of course.
You know,
Uh-huh.
come in legally, and that's we're all the country. We got rules in place for a reason. We're a nation of laws and rules.
We
Yeah.
got kids from all over the world.
And if we don't follow them, guess what? Why have them?
Right, that's
Why
it.
have
Why
them?
have them? And that's exactly right. Jason Voss says, okay, yeah, I read that one. Miss Bagwell says, you just want another cake. That's true. That's true, Shirley. You got me. You got me. You got me on that. Busted.
got both of
you
us.
got both of us. Yeah, we're busted. Yeah. Caucasian chips with chili. Vincent Tucker. You know, I'm still going to call them crackers. I don't care what anybody says.
As long as you got hot sauce.
You got that right.
As long as you got hot sauce. You can't eat chili without hot sauce. That's like drinking unsweet tea. Those are things that are like going to church without your Bible. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Some things just go together.
Lisa Thomas and Moody, I was going to get into that, and I was going to ask the sheriff's opinion on that. Again, I know Sheriff thinks, and they're all Gator fans deep inside. Me and Mr. Bagwell are Florida State fans, as
I'm
his
sorry.
beautiful wife as well. Yeah, well, anyway, they are getting ridiculous with this stuff. No more Gator bait. I'm going to be honest with you. It's college football. Hey, I'm not a big Gator fan, but that's the pageantry of college football. Are we starting to get into this now where we have that?
Something crazy.
I know you don't
going
like
on.
the Seminole chop, but man, it's part of the
They're taking it out. It's
pageantry.
offensive.
It's offensive.
I'm offended by it.
You're offended by it. Take it out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Take
Wait
it
till
out.
wait till they come and want to tear down the Washington monuments.
You know, people are always going to have their. Social media allows people who would never say things to you. They can hide behind the comfort of their screen
Yeah.
anywhere in the world, say what they want to say, unless you're in other countries. They regulate all that. But in America, you get the keyboard cowboys, whatever you want to call them. They would never say it to your face, never say it directly to you or your loved ones. But they set and they serve for issues to find. Remember, you got to have a cause.
Correct.
Yeah.
You gotta
You gotta have
pause.
calls.
Right.
It's no different in the political world. Your opponents always have to find something. They have to find that demon that gives them the reason to run.
Right.
It's like a breakup of a relationship.
Right.
You've been put up for 10 years, but all of a sudden that becomes the one reason you decide to break up.
Right.
You got to find a reason, you know. And it doesn't change. It's been that way since the beginning of time.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, when you get these moments in time, people look for their cause, and they got to find something to make themselves relevant.
Right. Right.
And on college campuses, they've had a lot of downtime, and you get these little groups. We're all guilty when we were young.
Sure.
We want people to have the same opinion as us.
Right.
And you got to find that demon to have that common cause and say, you know, that's not proper. And I can search it up and I can find it. Well, there again, you can go back and find the internet and search it. And some of the things that they're running on, I think some of that will come and pass. It's just when they get to the reality of what they're saying, nobody wants to offend anybody. But unfortunately in life, you can offend anybody at any time and not mean to offend a soul.
Right.
Find out how Gator Bait come originally to the University.
Right.
You know,
Right.
who started that?
Who started
There was no
it? Right.
offense. It's not what you say. You know what in what you're doing. It's what did you mean by what you said.
Correct.
And it goes back to my mother telling me it's not what you said. It's how you said it. Nobody has meant that to mean any of those things they're trying to relate it back to.
Again, the pageantry of college football. Gator bait is anybody that comes into that stadium that's not a Gator, that's got to play the Gators in the swamp. Gator bait, the Florida Gators. It stays in the football stadium. It's a chant in the football
2
stadium.
bits, 4
It
bits,
makes
6 bits, $1.
Yes. Anybody stand up? I mean, come on.
Hey.
It's the pageantry of college football. But like you said, because of the way things are right now, Sheriff, see, anything, now they're just trying to find anything that's offensive. Let me just tell you, all these monuments and all these statues that they're tearing down, do they realize they're tearing down history? What does history tend to do? Repeat itself, doesn't it? And it seems like we're getting that right now. We're getting a repeat of some of the things that's happened in our forepasts. So guess what? You keep doing this, we're going to have a reminder of none of this history. And you're talking about frontier justice and the way things were back then. That's going to be coming if we don't all sit down. Somebody has got to sit down and figure out how we can bridge this gap, as you've been talking about. Bridging that gap.
We're taking sides.
Yes.
So let's come to some common cause. We're not going to agree on everything.
No.
That's what our Congress is supposed to do. Not agree on everything, but come together for us, the people they serve.
Right.
They're supposed to serve. Nobody gets all their side. But here's my thing. And this comes just from true and looking at it. Our history of America has been ugly.
Yes.
We didn't get here easily.
No.
You know what I'm saying? From the way we brought people from indentured servants to slaves, none of that's pretty. What
All
the
the
fight
wars,
was for,
yes.
you can say what it was for, but yes, that was one of the leading causes, and I get that.
Right.
I know my history. You go back and you study.
Sure.
Remember who wrote the history books. You got to always be mindful of where you get it from. So
That's
you got,
correct.
If people say, why do you watch CNN? Because I want to see what the other side say.
Of course.
Why do you watch I want it balanced. I got to get somewhere in the middle is the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somewhere in the middle is the truth.
Right.
So you got to want to find it, but the majority of our population never seeks that. We hear what we believe in.
Right.
We turn off everything we don't believe in.
Mm-hmm.
And because we're being trained that way, generation after generation, we've created this divide.
Right.
And we've got to come up with, my slogan is, quit taking sides.
You know,
And you got to have people sit down and say, yeah, that's ugly part of our, yes, it is ugly.
Mm-hmm.
We're not proud of it.
No, we're not.
But how do I go and show my son or daughter? Hopefully they move them in the museum so I can take my son or daughter.
Sure.
Just like if you go to Washington, you go to the History of Black Museum. What a whoa!
Right.
Get educated. Go see it.
Yes.
You'll see just how ugly it was.
It was.
You know, but we have those institutions, and those are places, and I still believe it's community to community, and some of those things. But smart leaders would say, "Well, wait a minute. We're not saying we're proud of that.
Right.
We got the atheist mommy right here at the courthouse. Doesn't mean anything to me. Got the Ten Commandments there to mean everything to me.
Correct.
But
Exactly.
you can't just tell one side. Our history has to have all sides told.
Right.
We can't erase one side. I want my children to know how far we've come. I want my grandchildren. My children are now adults.
Right.
I can't wait for us all to go to Washington D.C. and I can show them the monuments that mean something to me. The
Right.
Vietnam Memorial that has family members.
Sure.
The World War II memorials, I have family members.
Right.
The World War I, where I've done my research, shows them the things that mean Lincoln, what Lincoln means.
Right.
You know,
Right.
why we have the voting system we have.
Right.
If we didn't have the voting system we have, we would have never had Lincoln. We'd have never had the Emancipation Proclamation until probably decades
later. Right.
You know, but because of the system we have. But you get leaders that go up there, politicize it, and say, we need to do away with that. Ooh, wait a minute.
Right.
We wouldn't have this great change if it hadn't been for that system then.
Right.
The same system in place works today.
Yep.
Don't change it to fit your needs.
Exactly.
Oh, we need to add more Supreme Court justice. No, that's not what we do.
No.
Just because you lost, Mr. Trump, don't mean you can change and add a president.
Right.
You know, he's still my president.
Right.
Don't mean I believe in everything he says, I promise you.
Right.
But however, we have the greatest system in the world. There's never going to be a perfect system.
No.
no.
Ours is better than anybody else's.
And you're exactly right. And you know, we all watch the news, like you say, whether it's CNN, Fox, MSNBC, social media, whatever news that you're wanting to watch. We're all seeing the same things. Everybody burning down these monuments, taking down these defaced
They want to show that.
monuments.
Why do they do that?
They want to show it. They want because it sells.
It's clicks.
Negative media sells.
It gets clicks.
Right. It does.
That's what they do it
Exactly.
for. They want to show you that. They don't show you all the stuff before. They give you just the ugly.
You're right. What's going to sell? I'll just give you an example, Dave.
Yeah.
You're a news guy. defacing of monuments and tearing down of history, or the guy that saved that child's life in a car accident?
They'd probably get turned on and watch the monument tore down.
Of course, because that sells.
Yeah.
This right here is a feel good. That doesn't sell. Yeah, we'll throw a feel good story in every once in a
You
while.
deal with that. I mean, when the news source calls and says, anybody covered this yet?
Right.
Or I said, hey, we had this flood. I got our inmates are volunteered to go out and took sandbags for homes that are flooding. Well, we got a tip. What was the tip? Well, we got a tip that you had 3 puppies drowned in a pound from the flash flood. Well, yeah, we're going to go with the dog store. What do you mean? I got people out there, inmates,
Right.
local inmates,
Right.
volunteered to wade in snake-infested waters to tote sandbags to keep people's houses from flooding.
Yep.
Right.
They ran with the puppies. No, it's touching my heart. I love my
Sure,
animals.
of course.
But they weigh that before.
Then you got to weigh it.
Yeah.
That's
And they're
it.
weighing their viewership and that clickbait to what's going to watch.
Yep.
Mark Udi says, what's going on with the changing of the name of the Cracker Barrel? They are going to change that. You did hear that, right?
I've not heard that.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I was talking to somebody yesterday, it may have been Sarge, but I was talking to a couple of guys yesterday at work where they're in corporate meetings right now thinking about changing the name of the Cracker Barrel. I don't know what they're going to change it to,
What?
but they were having a meeting.
Why?
You got me, because it says Cracker Barrel on there. I don't know, because cracker.
The word cracker?
Yeah. That's what I was telling you.
That's offensive, huh?
Is that offensive now? That's what I'm saying. Aunt Jemima, really?
Do the
I
history.
love my syrup. Do the history on that.
Yeah.
I love my
Let's
syrup.
celebrate.
Do you know that lady has made millions of dollars off that syrup?
And what the good she did with the money.
With the money she did. That's exactly right.
She helped a bunch of
A bunch of people and a bunch of causes. Go back and read that, as Gordon said.
You got to know your history.
Uncle Ben's rice. Want to change that. We're going to change everything, Gordon, so much that we're going to take history away. Where you were talking about taking your kids and your grandkids to, you may not be able to take them nowhere because there may be nowhere to go to see this history except in books.
Let me tell you about political correctness. You know the first thing Hitler did when he became power? Defund police. Also, you just moving defund. Everybody knows that it's a great slogan, but it's never going to happen. Since the beginning of time, you had to have people that enforce the rules and laws.
Right.
So when you say defund the police, it makes no practical sense because the people that are saying it, it would affect them more so than anyone else. It would affect the communities of color more
Right.
than anybody else. Those people that say that are serving their own self-interest, their own self-interest.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I don't know what their drive is. Or
can tell you
but they don't know their history. So these same things they're saying when I say defund the police, that's the first thing Hitler done. Because when you take that away, then the government can do more.
Right.
Because remember, all
Bring
politics
their
are
own
local.
police in.
All politics begin local.
Correct.
Yep.
Great call. Noah Gibson wanted. Oh, did you want to say something to that, Dave? I'm
I
sorry.
was just going to say about that gentleman with the NFL that his team, he made the comment, them boys haven't had it so good. And NFL pulled him right on out of the organization. And he was talking about his team.
Well,
His team
yeah.
was
and-
great.
but there
This
again,
is all bleeding over into sports and everything else
it's
that
bleeding
we
into
do.
our homes, it's bleeding into our
Yes,
schools,
it is.
it's bleeding everywhere. Now NFL's a private corporation.
Yes, it is.
Have
Yes,
at
it
it.
is.
You know, if he's wrongfully fired, take it to court. Those are things that they're allowed to do. There again, it goes back to my decision.
But if you want to watch it, right,
I can go, hey, don't want to watch it. Click
right,
and turn it off. I don't want to ruin I don't let it consume me
right,
because they're not going to control me.
right.
It's not going to affect my day-to-day life. I'll find something else to watch. You know, I'll
Right.
watch the History Channel, or I'll go watch the surfing sports channel, or I'm not going to watch golf. That's the most boring sport in the world.
Really?
I watch on TV. Man, you hit it, you get 15 minutes of sky. Flag waving. Now it's fun to play. I'm no good at it, but
Yeah.
it's just not as
I like
entertaining. You know, I get it. I can find other things to do.
Yeah.
I can watch those kids that amaze me flipping the bicycles upside down or the surf, skateboard.
You know what I've been enjoying here on the, you're speaking about sports and with the way things are going with the COVID, of course, that's the main thing about how we're going to start sports back up. But you know what I've been watching lately? Some of them old college football games. You've been seeing those on ESPNU?
Chris Coffey, if he's watching.
Okay, really?
I said, Chris, we already know the score.
Yeah. but
But then
sometimes
you
in
get called
regular
back,
play.
but then you get called back in because you got nothing else.
Yeah.
I'm still hollering about the same plays that made me mad 3
Oh,
years ago.
Or how about a 1983 or 1984 game? I'd like to go back and watch those because
You watch some of those, you see the
Yeah.
helmets and the pads, and go, those
Yeah.
are guys.
those were men, wasn't they?
They're paying for it now.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, they still walk around a little shell shop, but
Yeah.
you look at the helmets and you look at the gear and why they're so ugly when they get old. Punched in the face, got black eyes, play when Jack Armstrong play with a broke
Oh,
leg.
yeah.
I mean, you go back, there
Big
wasn't
Buckets
no
was an ugly
concussion
looking
rule.
dude, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You go back. How many fingers hold? Oh, 5.
5.
Yeah, you're good. Go
You're
back
good.
in.
Go back in.
Can't play it out.
Oh my goodness. Noah Gibson said, sorry that Gators can't say Gator bait. He's a big Dogs fan. That's why.
But see, Uga's offensive.
Yes, it is. It is offensive. Yep,
It's offensive.
it is. I know
I
it.
think animal cruelty, making them wear red and black.
You're going to get rid of that one too,
You
ain't you?
gotta get rid of that's an ugly color. Ugly color.
Shirley Bagwell says, we are fortunate to have you as a sheriff. I can't agree more, man. I mean,
But guys,
it's all about all of us.
But let me tell you,
It's
it's those men and women you see behind these
right here.
doors
Yeah.
that come to work every day.
Yeah.
They do it for a lot less than surrounding counties. Other counties are offering big bonuses and doing all those things and can't keep people. And it's just the environment we're in. But you know what? It hasn't affected them. But
Still come to
they
work
still
every
come to work. They still do their job, and they've made a difference. When people want to talk, I always say results, not rhetoric. You can what if it, and you can throw stuff out there hoping something will stick. I'm proud. I can lay my head on my pillow at night when I say my prayer. I always ask, and it's simplistic, but I always say, God, bring world peace. It sounds, you dream about it, but you worry about the wars that are affecting here, that affect our soldiers, that belong to our local communities all around the world, include my family. Then you pray for your country,
Right.
to give guidance and maybe, keep our president, high and safe and make the right decisions for
Everybody.
for everybody, and then our community. And you say that little prayer at night when you lay your head in the pillow, and did I do everything today that I could have
That you
done?
could have done.
Did I do everything honestly? And you sleep well.
Sure you do.
I don't sleep many hours at a time, but I'm blessed because I can go to sleep because I know I'm the comfort these men and women are serving.
That's right.
That makes a difference.
But,
And our
I
community's blessed.
know, I'm known you to wake up too at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and go, hey man, I need to go check this out. I need to go check that out.
Yeah, I do. I get
Because
out.
that's you right here. That's your heart, man. That's what you care
I still
about.
that drive, man. When you still wake up and you're excited to go to work,
Yeah. Oh
when
yeah.
you still love, people, this campaign season, people say, you love this stuff. Right in my alley. That's I came in here tonight, you see people calling and
Keep me calling it.
It's- I was out doing the same thing before I got here. There's another 130, 40 sign requests there. You go through it. I love people, man. I'm a
Yeah.
talker.
Yes, you are.
I'm a talker. I love people.
No.
And it's all about love, and I get to be the sheriff in the greatest community anywhere.
That's right. Because it's our community, isn't it?
It's ours. And even if you
Yeah.
don't like me, they know they can still come see the sheriff.
That's right.
I'm not going to dodge them.
No.
I like people. It's bad when your staff knows, Sheriff, we got a good one on the phone. You're going to want this one. I like that debate. I like that.
Sure.
And I'm not always right, by the way.
Yeah.
I learn more.
I've been right,
I
been wrong,
I
right.
learn more from those conversations sometimes than you ever will, because you've got to listen. Even though you may not. I'm just going to be honest with you. In my household, the worst word you could ever say was hate. My mother would never let us use that word.
Right.
You might be able to slip up and say a curse word. But there's people you see in the grocery store, and you go down the other aisle.
Yeah. Oh.
That deep breath.
Yeah.
Not that my wife would ever do that to me, but you're in trouble.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've had that. Yeah, I know that one.
So,
Yeah.
But you know what? At the end of the day, when those people call, those are the people you feel best about when you're able to help them.
Right.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
They're just that person that may have done something against you. There's that person that may have said something ugly against you. When you get to help them, there's a great. Then anybody else, you go, I was able to help that guy. He didn't think I was going to do it, or her.
Do you know what it is? Because, again, I'm going to use the word history. There may be some history somewhere. You know what I mean? And now you bridge that gap.
You do.
With the Nancy Roberts thing. We were talking about the other
yeah.
day. For whatever reason.
Yeah, but you bridge that. Man. I'm
but
telling you,
she-
Bill,
yeah,
it's about relationships. And we're in
yeah.
an imperfect world, and we're imperfect
Right.
because we're human beings. But all that being said, when you're able to help someone in your community that may have said something or offended you, and
Right.
you're able to help, there's a better side that, hey, I proved that I wasn't, and I was able to still help.
Of course.
And I'm telling you that, but when you serve people, there's days you go home exhausted,
Sure.
and there's
Sure.
days you ask yourself, "Did I do the right thing?"
Right.
Because, like I say, it's a lot like being a father.
Right.
And tomorrow's Father's Day. For all the fathers, the real fathers out there,
Right.
that stepped up and were
They
dads,
stepped up and were dads.
and not
Wish
just
you a happy Father's Day.
and not just necessarily your own kids.
Right.
Because my mother had the whole neighborhood.
Oh yeah, I heard.
I remember
By
Chuck
the-
Morrow's mama, Miss Morrow. She called my mom one time. She goes, "My son Chuck. He said that he said you cooking these big pots." And she knew Mama was a bus driver. She was a bus driver, and there wasn't a whole much, but my mama cooked in big pots. We had lots of rice and beans, and beans and rice, and that. We used the same ham bone sometimes 3 and 4 times.
Sure.
Get the flavor out of it, you know what I'm saying?
Get the flavor out of it.
And she called my mom and says, because he's always dead, Miss Sue, I know you're feeding them 4 boys. And she goes, no, he's not lying. I cook it. And that was sort of the sentimental stuff I got when Mom passed was those pots and stuff, they're seasoned.
Oh yeah,
But
definitely.
that's what it's all about. When you're helping, you live together as a community, you've always got to serve people, and that's the difference between serving and helping. But it's a lot like being a father. And when you lay your head in that bed at night, you worry about the choices and the decisions you make that will improve the lives of the people that depend on you. And you do the same thing with your kids.
That's exactly right.
Because you want it better for them.
For them.
That's like the day that I get done being a sheriff.
Right.
If the citizens of Bradford County decided not to elect me, I couldn't have a bad thing to say.
Right.
Because I have raised my family for 34 years serving the community that I love.
Man, I couldn't have put it no
And
better
it's
words than
just
that.
like being a father. And happy Father's Day to all those men out there that step up for those that may not have a dad in their life, for those young men that you've mentored to coach.
Yep.
You know what means the biggest thing to me, besides being a father to my kids and my grandfather and my grandkids? When I see a young man, I say young man or young woman, I'm getting older now, some of them are grown and got kids themselves.
Sure.
When I'm walking in the grocery store or the post office or going to church, and they say, "Hey, coach,"
Yeah. Thank you.
because the coach has made a difference. Because my mom raised 4 boys by herself.
Right.
And it took a lot of coaches, from the baseball coach to my Boy Scout leader to my football coach to David Hurst, who was, thank God for his toughness and so many kids in this community affected.
Right.
Young men. It means something.
It does.
Be a dad. Step up. Have your responsibility. See, everybody talks about their rights, but nobody wants to talk about responsibility.
I'll tell
And
you
a
what.
dad knows what responsibility
Really
is,
is.
and they're a dad.
You know, by the way, speaking of that, and your mom cooking those big old pots, have you and Stephanie found my block cheese yet?
Hey, Stephanie's on that. We try to find it. We try to get some. She has been on that block cheese, commodity cheese.
Yeah.
I'll split it in half with you. If she finds
Okay,
one,
okay.
we're going to split it, because
All
I'm
right.
telling you, the best cheese you'll ever have. We grew up poor.
You might have
We did
to grab
commodities
a
like you
little
see the
more than
food
that.
drive, and that's the reason
Yeah.
I guess it's so dear and partial and
Right.
and those kind of things. But
We got to find that block check commodity cheese. We
they
got
say
to
they
find
still
it.
make it. We've
Okay.
did a research.
All right.
They still make it. And Stephanie's got somebody, so we're trying to get us some.
Really? Okay.
And we'll treat you some grilled cheese or some real macaroni and cheese.
That's what I want. That's what
I'm
Bill.
Sam's
hungry
Club,
already.
Sam's Club, the commodity cheese made by the same company that makes the commodities for government.
Okay, we'll have to check it out. All right. So Vincent Tucker says they say that they have sweet tea in Arizona. That ain't sweet tea. I have showed people here what true sweet tea is. I guess he's from Mississippi, so South.
Sweet
tea is definitely I agree.
Told you, can't have it with sweet tea.
Yes, it. Noah Gibson says, "Why Grant's Monument? Why is it being tore down?"
They don't know. It's just
That's correct, and thank you.
It's mob
They don't
mentality,
know.
y'all.
It's not.
It
Yes.
becomes.
They probably don't even care. They just want to tear something down.
What if the person get punched for no reason walking down the street? Why does you can what if it to death? Sometimes there is. You ever had an argument with somebody? Said, "What y'all arguing about?" I don't know.
Don't know.
I've had those with my wife.
Sure.
Why are you fussing at me?
I don't know.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It happens. You break up kids fighting. You've been around kids, your own kids.
Of course.
Why are y'all fighting? And then they get mad about you don't really know.
Right.
Well, it becomes the victim of just people gathering together and mob mentality.
Yeah.
One breaks something, and the other one's got to break something.
Well, it
You ever seen a
goes,
shootout with cops? One cop
Sure.
fires his weapon, then the other thing they got to fire too.
dude. That's right.
And
Yep.
it draws them all in. Been there.
Yep. I'll tell you something else too. It's funny that you hit that because there's leader and followers. You know what I mean? You got the one that's the leader that he thinks he's doing the right thing, when he ain't really doing the right thing. And then, of course, the follower goes, man, he did it. I get to do it too.
Yeah. Dave, ask yourself this. Why does the military recruit 17, 18, 19-year-old kids?
Because they can mold them. You can mold them.
And make them believe anything. You throw
Yes.
stand upside a concrete
Right.
wall, say hit the beach. You know, you can say jump out of an airplane. If they wait till we're 30,
Yeah,
they'll say jump out. They have to throw us out.
right. Exactly. Why am I jumping
It's
out of a
common sense,
perfectly
that's
good
gonna hurt.
airplane, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the same thing. That's what we call juveniles. Why do you think laws are made different for juveniles?
Right.
We did things when we were 14, 15. We're lucky to be alive.
Sure. Yeah.
That's the reason the laws
Maybe
are different, because we're still in that learning stage. Why do you think these things you see, these mobs mentality, that most of the time they're using younger kids?
Correct. I looked at that. I looked at some of those videos, and you've watched all this stuff. The age range, to me, Dave, 18 to 30.
Yep.
18 to 30.
what's
And
that?
even maybe, I can even maybe drop it to 16, 17
There's-
to 30.
When I see the
You
one of
know,
the commissioners
yeah,
in,
this is what you
in
see.
Cleveland or Columbus, one of the cities,
Yeah.
crying and said, "Why are you enticing these young kids? Why are you doing this? These are our young folks." Because once you get them started, it's the cool thing. It's
Right.
fun. You know,
Yeah.
you always see an older person. They're usually the ones enticing the other ones to do it.
Of course.
I mean, go. How many times have you ever got your sibling in trouble? Hey, go do that.
Yeah, go do that.
Give it Johnny. Johnny, you know what
Johnny,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Some of the too young to all that are viewing and understand that old,
Oh,
that
no.
old commercial.
Might
But
be anything.
that's the reason you see these things across. And guess what? The media loves it because it sells. They're making money off commercial time, so that sells.
Right. That's exactly right. So let's see. Noah Gibson says that, oh, wait a minute. Oh, man, I missed a couple here, man. It just scrolls up right there. I don't want to miss anybody. Shirley Bagwell says, never could keep food in the refrigerator when Byron was young because all the boys were at our house.
Yeah.
That's exactly
You're still
what Gordon
feeding all the boys. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah, Miss Bagwell, you're feeding all the boys.
I'm just
screwed
saying.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
called
we
up
just
to us.
screw up, that's all.
Yeah.
That's it, right there. Oh my goodness, nice lady. Jason Sarge says, I hear you. Lots of laugh. My 19-year-old keeps ours cleaned out. Yeah, I'm sure
Oh,
they
absolutely.
do.
You
Yeah.
can't fill them up. It's cheaper to clothe them than it is to feed them at that age.
Sarge says, fortunately, he works at Little Caesars on the weekends and brings home pizza.
All that bread swells on me.
Yes, it does.
swells.
Yeah, it swells on me, brother. Stacey Aldridge is watching. Roger Cruz is on with us. Mark Udi, you're a very woken sheriff, and we appreciate that. Need that sign. Have a good evening.
You get it. You already got it. It's
He's
over.
already got it on the list. 17 and 19s are impressionable.
Hey, absolutely.
Absolutely, Noah. Great time.
That's
Yeah.
no. That's the reason why they recruit you then. If they waited to recruit us at 30, be like, I ain't doing that.
So,
I volunteered. I was ready to go.
That's what I'm saying.
hey, at 30 days, what would you have said? I ain't jumping out of this perfectly good airplane.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Dip, and they just give you a push
The
there.
old Marine,
Yeah.
those
Yeah,
sand inside
those-
the concrete
yeah.
walls. Like, hit the beach, boys. They take it home.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
They were tough. They're indestructible at that age.
Yes, they
Why are
are.
most car crashes between the 15 and 20, 24 years old?
Yeah.
I got control.
Dwight Allen said, my Sheriff Gordon sign looks good next to my Trump sign.
You dang right.
Yeah, it looks really good. Vincent Tucker said the sweet tea comment was when he was talking about chili. Gordon looked confused, like, when did we talk about sweet tea? You remember that? We'd have to go back and preface that.
Probably good. No, I was trying to tell you, it was like when they say
yeah.
having chili without hot sauce or sweet tea or having, I put it in there. I always put it in context. I always tell people, say, you want sweet or non-sweet?
Yeah, sweet or not,
I
right.
always go, non-sweet, be like going to church without your Bible. I'm a hot sauce connoisseur. I love hot sauce. Everything's bland. You don't put a little hot sauce on it. I mean, you can throw hot sauce on a piece of fruit, and I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
I don't get because you build that acquired taste.
Right. Lisa Thomason said, love my Gordon Smith sign too. Yeah, we all
Yes.
got one. 18 to 30, a classic military range of recruits. Well, the 18 to 30 I was mentioning, Noah, yeah, I agree, is what you're seeing on TV. All these people that's causing the riot and the chaos. You look at that age range, and it's right there between 18 and 30.
Yep.
I don't see a lot of older people there.
Most of them are trying to calm down or keep it.
Correct. And keep it low.
You've got a lot of community leaders.
Your
that don't
older
want that.
people are your good protesters.
That's
Is
it,
what
yeah.
you're seeing. Is the good protesters, the people that want to do
Yeah.
it peacefully.
They know the rules, and they're just trying. Because they usually those leaders understand when it gets out of control what happens.
Yeah.
And the people of that community suffer.
That's exactly right. Well, you're seeing it with all the stuff that they're doing, embezzling these people, extortion, torturing. Like you said, I'm seeing people walk down the road and just knocking people out for no reason. Yeah, it's just gotten way out of hand, and somebody needs to do something up there, Sheriff. I can tell you right now, it's just going to get worse and worse. And that now, oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I need something to drink.
All their posters.
Yeah. Oh, well, guess what, guys? Welcome to communism. That's exactly what you're getting right now. Welcome to communism. Y'all want this? This is exactly what communism is. There you go. Hey, I'm going to tell you what. We ain't bringing no food or water. Go get it yourself. Yeah, and that's exactly right. Go get it yourself.
They showed one of the little gardens they were trying to make.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
I want to see how that works out. They're going to starve to death.
They're going to starve. Yeah.
They're not like us.
Yeah.
They don't know how to grow stuff.
No, they don't not know.
Amen.
They couldn't even grow marijuana. I mean,
No, hello. Yeah. Yeah, if you can.
Wasn't that one of the basic fruit? I'm sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, okay, yeah, I use it anyway.
You know, but I guess they didn't have. I don't know, y'all. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Guys, it's been a great show, man. I tell you, what a wonderful show. I want to thank you for filling in for Byron and Mitchell.
I enjoy it, guys. I love as long as I communicate. You see the two-way communication. I love the double back and forth. You can go real live. They can ask their questions.
Yeah.
I love that.
And this is what this venue does. All my staff here, everybody that's involved. That's why this show is so great and everybody likes it, because we got that little banter back and forth, and it's great. You got to have it. So, any final thoughts from you as I go around the room? Any just final thoughts that you want to tell anybody out here?
The final thoughts I have is don't buy in to what they're trying to sell.
Right.
There's people out there that profit. Don't let it destroy you. Don't let it destroy your family. Don't let it bend and warp your mind toward your fellow man. You make those decisions on yourself, on your own. You know, those are things that you shouldn't be watching what other people are doing.
Right.
You do what's right for you.
Right.
And don't be misguided by these people that profit off of choosing us to take sides when we should never be taking sides. And that's what we got to quit doing in this country, is taking sides. And when we elect leaders, make sure that they are serving and not serving themselves.
Right. Amen, brother.
Well, there's only one side, and that's the united side.
That's very good. I like that. Austin, real quick on the weather.
Real quick, mid-90s.
No, come on in. Just come on in. You come on in, Sheriff, too. Come on in, join us.
Come on.
No,
Sheriff's
come in
gonna
here.
come in,
Come
too.
here, Sheriff. Come here.
Yeah.
Come here.
Come on.
Come here.
All right, give us some weather.
All right, mid-90s all this week. Drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated. The UV rays will be high. I was looking at some ultraviolet index charts for the northern part of the state of Florida.
Right.
And you were saying you would burn. Put on that sunscreen.
I do.
Don't go to the beach then.
That's what he's trying to tell him. He doesn't go to the beach.
Well, now you have my number, so you call me. And
So give me some bad weather so I don't have to go, Austin. Tell them it's going to rain.
Tell him it's going to rain.
well, it looks like the worst of the rain will be east of the St. John, or west. It'll start at the St. Johns River and move to the southwest over the next coming 2 weeks. But I'll have another update on Tuesday.
Good. We'll be following.
We'll be following it.
Yep.
All right, Dave, final thoughts?
Oh, I had my final thought.
Oh, give me another. Give me another. Our producer, Dave Holland. Give us another.
Peace on earth and goodwill to men.
Very good. I like to hold true to that, brother. I just want to wish everybody a good night that was on the show. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there that were on the show. Happy Father's Day to you, Mr. Gordon Smith. Happy Father's Day to you, Dave Holland. Happy Father's Day to you, Donald Stevens. Happy Father's Day to Mr. Michael Healer. Happy Father's Day to Mr. Mitchell Gunner. And I can't say that for Byron just yet. But happy future Father's Day.
He's still practicing.
He's still practicing.
Hope you feel better,
but it was a great show. Tuesday night we're going to be with Kat Kamek. She's going to be running for the vacant seat of Ted Yoho. We will be at a location of her choosing, and I tell you what, we've got some great questions, got some great things that are coming up with that. So stay tuned in for that Tuesday show. I just want to tell all the other candidates. And we'll have Gordon on again before all this is over. Hey, please, if you want to get your show out here, Gordon's already done one. Kat's fixing to do one. Hey, come on to On the Spot with David Rodgers. Hey, we have a great viewing audience. You tell your people to join in. This will be a great chance for people to get their questions in and to tell what you're running on, what's your position.
If you truly believe in what you're doing, come on and answer to the people.
Yes, very good. And
Put
that's
your
exactly
mission out there.
right.
Put your platform out there.
Yeah,
Let the people make the decision on your platform,
right.
what you're saying, and let them ask those questions because it's too late. If you was to get the office, it's too late to try to figure it out.
That's correct.
You better have a plan. You better know which direction you're headed,
Yeah.
and tell people what your goals are. I'm telling you, I appreciated it that night. It was really that great.
Oh,
time.
yeah, it was great.
Never had so many questions asked. I was able to,
Yeah.
you know,
You was able to get right there, and
you
you
get
didn't know
personal.
the answer.
You get personal.
Yes,
If
you
you don't
do.
know the answer, let me tell you, they're not going to let somebody throw you something that's personal
No.
or demeaning.
No. That's not going to happen.
It's a chance to sell yourself to the community
Correct, and that's the word.
and let them know who you are and why they should vote for you.
And again, just final thought. We are all people. I don't see color when I see people. I see you, Dave, as a person. I see Bat McNeil as a person, and he's an African American. Coach McNeil, as
Coach
what
Bat,
I
we
know.
call
That's
him.
exactly right. Rob Charles, all those. I see a person. I don't see color. And I've got another one for you.
We all should.
That's exactly right. And last time I checked it was red, unless you're a Martian.
Oh. Well,
Are you a Martian?
No.
Okay.
I'm
good,
not
good.
a Martian. I
Good,
think
you'll
they
green.
might.
Got a
no,
good
I
green
think-
shirt on.
Yes,
It
he
looks like
does.
a Martian.
So, the white race plus the black race plus the Spanish race plus the European, what does that all equal? The human race, right?
The human race.
And that's what we are. We're the human race. We got to put these differences aside, as our beloved sheriff said. Let's start bridging this gap. Let's start coming together. We ain't going to always agree on things like the sheriff said, but we can bridge that gap together, Dave. We can make a difference. And I think it starts with a show like this and us talking about it. Because you know what? Word spreads.
I think
The
all
word
lives
spreads.
matter.
And it does. All lives matter.
Too many
There's no
people
doubt about it.
Too many people scared to bring it up.
Too many people, and that's exactly right. But we're not. Again, love each and every one of you. Thank you. Happy Father's Day on behalf of Mr. Austin Stevens, our beloved Sheriff Gordon Smith, filling in for my two co-hosts, Mr. Dave Holland, Mr. Roger Cruz, Mr. Donald Stevens, Mr. Michael Heater, and the whole gang. God bless you. Have a great weekend. We'll be on with you Tuesday night on the spot with David Rodgers with Cat County. Good night, everybody.